designed with that goal in mind. Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive, bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres?
No matter your learning style or experience level, Babbel has lessons designed for you that will get you speaking quickly and confidently.
I tried learning Spanish before, but I couldn't stick with it until I found Babbel.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said, now we speak Spanish.
I can't wait to use our new language skills on our upcoming adventures.
Babbel, language for life, celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com, Babbel.com.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my friends over at Valley Medical Weight Loss. We all know what New Year's resolutions are, right? Now, New Year's resolutions don't have to start on January 1st. We got a long year, but let's not wait any longer. If one of your resolutions was to trim up, lose a couple unwanted pounds, feel a little better in your own skin, I've got the company for you. It's called Valley Medical Weight Loss. They've been in business in the Valley for over 10 years. 3 walk-in locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. No appointments necessary. Simply come in when you're ready to start your weight loss journey. I've got a way for you to get your first week absolutely free. It's normally $31.95 per week, but if you mention Money Radio, you can get started losing those extra 15, 20, maybe more pounds. Don't wait any longer. You can call 602-441-3305 or go to their website, valleymedicalweightloss.com. No upfront fees, and your first week's on us. Give it a try, valleymedicalweightloss.com.
The Renaissance Festival is back!
Huzzah! Weekends now through April 3rd.
Great shopping, a giant crafts market, new shows featuring sea fairies, mermaids, and merriments, non-stop feasting, and more. The Renaissance Festival is back.
Weekends now through April 3rd. Discount tickets available at Bashas' and Food City or Arizona.renfestinfo.com. Presented by Delta Airlines, Bashas', Food City, Pepsi, Budweiser, and Guinness.
Distracted driving kills in Arizona. Life is more important than your phone's beep. Stop the distracted driving, Arizona, please. Sponsored by the Arizona Chapter National Safety Council and the Governor's Office of Highway Safety, aired in cooperation with the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix, 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Thursday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. And we're broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. So a lot of stuff going on today. You know, some we care about, some we don't. So let's start with what we do care about.
All right.
It was so funny. I'm scrolling through the Twitterverse, and I see this Craig Morgan guy from GoPhoenix.com says, the Coyotes are in advanced discussions with ASU to use the new multi-purpose venue as an interim arena solution. I'm like, I got to click on that. Website broke. So I'm like, wow, that's that. I just fell for it. I feel like
a lot of us were trying to do that.
I gotta click, never gonna give you up. That's what I felt like.
The on-hold music. Okay.
Right. And so finally it did work, and I got to see this, and it's a real thing. And they're talking about it. Nothing has been set in stone, but it does go back to the seating capacity issue. 5,000 seats. And at first I thought no problem, because I didn't think the Coyotes got 5,000 people a game. Turns out I was wrong. They get about 10 plus per game, which is not bad at all for, what the Coyotes are. Of course, that was last year. I don't know. It's so bad this year. What is it? Can somebody look up the attendance of the Coyotes, just the average attendance for this year on the Coyotes? Because I guess, but all of a sudden, 5,000 people are going to be paying primo prices to go to the ASU facility to watch games? How did they do that? And it wasn't just for a season. They said for 3 or 4 years. Okay, somebody explain to me how this works. It's a very small place. I mean, the only other place they could go, and Craig Morgan mentioned this, was 10,000 seats at the Veterans Memorial Coliseum.
Yeah, that's true. It's a pit down there right now. They could play at the Foot Fungus Arena. They still have if they still have the infrastructure for a hockey arena, which I think they do.
I don't think they want to do that. In fact, that didn't even come up in the conversation, at least as far as I was able to skim through and read when this finally came through. So, I mean, somebody was saying in the article that they're still talking about the Ice Den in Scottsdale. How many seats does that have?
It's 40? Not going to have. That's
45?
Like 5,000.
Right.
No.
So yeah, this is going to become an issue. And but as far as what they're saying, that Gary Bettman says, the NHL commissioner, saying, nope, the owner is committed. He's got the resources. The Coyotes aren't going anywhere. So we're not losing the team, just not going to have it in Glendale. So I'm thinking to myself, why not make a 3 or 4 year deal with the city of Glendale? Stay where you're at. Sort it out for at least a graceful exit. Why so much animosity between the Coyotes and Glendale? Whose fault is this, really?
I don't know who that is, but the average attendance, according to where I see here, ESPN.com.
I don't trust them.
The average attendance, they are 30th in the league with 11,575 average attendance per game.
Yeah, that's better than I would have ever thought, but okay, it's about right. Keon, what do you got? It's not from Espen. Same thing?
Same thing, yeah. So okay. It's 11,000.
I always want a second opinion if it's the Espen talking.
Yeah, that's true. Though I feel like being able to gather basic information shouldn't be that hard for them, but
Espen.
We've seen them botch that before.
Right. So trust nothing, trust no one. All right. Well, how many season ticket holders do they have? Is it going to be only people who were season ticket holders? So you're cutting your crowd in half. What are you expecting them to do?
I mean, there's no way you can go to an arena that's going to be short like this. You're going to have 12 to 14,000 seats at least in an arena for the Coyotes to play, because you got a lot of teams that come to this town. And they have their fans that like to come out and see them as well. Not just Arizona hockey fans. They've got, visiting fans as well. When the Bruins come, they're a big draw. When the Blackhawks come to town, they're a big draw. When the Penguins come to town, they're a big draw. So you got to make, you can't just one-side this thing and be one-dimensional. Good night, Olivia. You've got to think outside the box here.
Well, they're thinking inside a smaller box right now because they're negotiating on a 3-year deal with an option for a 4th if construction takes longer. So this is serious conversation. It makes you feel like at first glance, okay, they're having this conversation to show how serious they are, so that that gives them leverage in a different conversation with somebody else.
This is ridiculous. Go downtown to the Foot Fungus Arena and get a lease there for 5 years so that you can figure out how you can get another building. You don't even have on the line. You don't even have a stadium in the works. You don't even have one set up. There hasn't been any discussions of how you're going to pay for it.
I don't think that's an option to go to the Foot Fungus Arena. I don't think that's even been on the table.
If it's not, then guess what? Sink some money into the Veterans Memorial Coliseum and go there for several years until you finally get a state-of-the-art facility.
And you know why Veterans only has 10,000 seats now? It's because some of those risers, I guess, were taken out because they were old and crappy. So
you might have to sink some money in there. You might have to put several million into this building, but at least you're going to have an arena that's going to. You can't go to a 5,000 seat arena. It's stupid.
Yeah, and then the other thing I just saw here, due to NCAA compliance issues, this is from Craig Morgan's article in GoPhoenix.com, Coyotes would not be permitted to use Sun Devil hockey team areas. They'd have to build their own without contribution from ASU, which I guess they don't need the extra areas, or they would have already built them. So basically, he's like, you can use our arena, but you can't use our locker rooms. You'll have to make your own. So now ASU gets some a little bit of extra build out on this, which
Yeah.
they don't even need really. So that's fair enough. But yeah, this is all bad. This is all bad. Why? Why are you talking to a venue that is too small? Like Randy said, talk to the Foot Fungus. Talk to any place else that you might be able to make this happen. But the easiest thing to do, and it's, you know, you're wasting money. You're sinking some money just for a temporary, and that's Veterans Memorial Coliseum.
I mean, 12,000 seats, around 12,000 seats, something like that. So
Colts fan Dan says, Coyotes are a joke. My high school basketball arena in Indiana held 10,000 people.
Wow.
Well,
to be clear, their current spot doesn't just hold 10,000 people.
To be clear,
their current spot there at Gila River doesn't just hold 10,000 people. That's just the fans that they happen to be able to draw. And yeah, you can't go to a place and that holds half as many people as you average, because that means that there are days where you have less, but there's also days where you have more than 11,000 people. Where are they supposed to go?
Boy, the NHL may have to get involved here. The league itself may have to get involved, and they may have to assert their to assert their authority in this situation. You cannot take an NHL club and put them in a college ice rink. I'm sorry, you can't do it.
Emergency situation, man. Emergency situation, but there's other solutions. So you're right. Bettman should not allow this.
And also, is it an emergency? You're beefing with the city of Glendale. That's not an emergency. Patch that up. Hang in there, and wait till you can build something before you jump. It's sort of like if you're at a job you don't like. Sometimes you gotta have the next thing set up before you jump from the other thing. But they don't have no place to jump to.
Yeah, this is a mess. Thunder Snow says, "Hey, Coyotes, say hello to Houston." King of Kittens has a quote quiz for you. Who said, "I know what I'm doing"?
Oh, that's a lot of people before things went very, very poorly. You're gonna have to.
Jeff Fisher, as he heads to be a USFL coach for the Michigan Panthers. Wow. Oh, that's the most Jeff Fisher decision I've ever heard.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. I remember I was like, "Are you going to be in that 7-9 bleep?" Well, yeah, there's only 16 games for the USFL. So there you go. You win that one. But Jeff Fisher, did anybody want him to come back to the NFL?
No.
Why would they want him in the USFL?
Because they're desperate, and he's a name.
He's a name.
He's a big name. He's been to a Super Bowl. That is why you want him in the USFL.
Wow. I wonder how much they paying these coaches.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, probably enough to make it worth it to get out of bed in the morning. I think a lot of these coaches have that itch of, I want to coach football.
All right. I'm going to be the coach of one of these teams. Keon, you want to be a defensive or offensive coordinator?
I'll go defense.
How about you, Randy? Would you rather be defense or offensive coordinator?
Defense.
All right, Keon, you're the offensive coordinator. Randy has seniority over you.
Of course he does.
I'm not blitz all night.
I'm not going to fight Randy on that. Go for it. Be the Minister of Defense, Mr. White.
I'll show up as the head coach and say, "No, we don't have an air raid offense. We have a fly swatter offense." Yeah, I'm not. No, you'll see it when we do it. I don't need to explain myself. Kingsbury didn't need to explain himself. I ain't explaining nothing. Let's do this thing.
Rise up.
Yeah.
Although Arizona's not getting a team. So there's another thing about this. Did you hear any of the scuttlebutt about the USFL? So the first thing you hear is, okay, Fox owns the USFL. Okay, well, maybe somebody will put some money into this, right? The next thing I hear is Fox and NBC are going to simulcast the debut games of the NFL, of the USFL. And I thought, that's weird. That's almost desperate. I mean, it's like they all want you guys to see this so that you'll try to watch it some more. Because I guess NBC will have some games and Fox will have some games. Okay. Then the next thing totally took away all the credibility. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Did you guys talk about this while I was on the COVID?
No, we did not.
They've decided that they're going to play all their games in one place. All
in one
their games in Birmingham, Alabama.
What?
Yeah. All the games will be in one arena. One place. They're not going to have home games in their hometowns. All these different teams will play in one place.
Do you know how bad that field is going to get chewed up?
It's insane.
Oh, don't worry. It's going to be the same kind of turf that they use in FedEx Field. It'll be great.
So maybe I'll be used to watching it then. But I mean,
yeah, I had some ambulances standing by.
That's going to be. Are they going to play multiple games per day?
I have seen football fields where 2 high school teams have played back to back, and when you look at that field after, it's gone. There's no field.
Kidding? Yeah, are you kidding me right now?
And you're going to say, like, here are these guys that are grown adults that are going to play football in the same stadium, and there's supposed to be a field when you're done? I don't see it. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, Birmingham, Alabama. They're going to host all the foot games in the season. That's so that's going to be 4 games either a day or a week.
Oh my God.
So if they have a game on Friday, game on Saturday, have 2 on Sunday. I don't know what day they were planning on, but yes, it says host city. So maybe they'll have some different team fields in the same town. I don't have any more information than that because I could not read the rest of the story once I saw that all games played in Birmingham, Alabama. Wow.
Yeah, I'm good. I would like to opt into the USFL so I can opt back out. I'm not interested in watching this. I'm less interested now than
I've
I was.
already sent a letter of resignation.
Wow.
Before they even asked us if we would do this. So LL Cool Bean says, I don't have faith in the USFL because they decided that Kevin Sumlin was head coach material.
Well, you look at some of these coaches.
It's a horrible list.
It's a who's who of why did you hire him?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Jeff Fisher is the king of that list.
Yes.
Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Thursday. How about them Suns winning another game over those Devin Booker hating Utah Jazz? Their fans are nasty towards Devin Booker. Why do you say that? I didn't actually get to watch the game last night. They did. I thought they were going to lose this one, but they didn't. It was their second one in a row with the Jazz, and they won it again, 105-97. But what do you mean they were nasty towards them? I'll wait.
I suppose we'll have to. I didn't get to see the game yesterday. But
sorry, I'm just waiting on a text.
Jazz fans have a reputation of being pretty nasty towards players, though. That this is if this is true, it's not the first time that a Jazz fan has said any number of that's at least towing the line, if not across the line already.
Yeah, it is angry Mormons. Yeah. Moist One says, speaking of head scratching coaching decisions, is Leftwich officially hired yet? Because I saw something that said they were flying in Vic Fangio and still deciding between Leftwich and Adrian Wilson or Fangio and their terrible GM Balke.
Man, I forgot.
Who's that?
Jacksonville. I don't know, actually. I haven't heard anything about that. I've been keeping an eye on the coaching carousel because that's one of my favorite offseason things to do, and we're close.
Yeah, it's all still bubbling right now. It's all simmering on the stove, but Jag Dog's saying, yeah, they're going to hire Adrian Wilson as GM, Leftwich as head coach. Wow, Randy, can I get a shot of Crown, please?
Yeah, yeah.
Lacrosse guy says, oh, no, is Keon looking for a new job? What?
No, I used the job example, but no, I'm not looking for a new job.
Do you hear that, Randy? Keon's looking for a new job already.
I'm not looking for a new job. I am
What
not.
did we do to you?
You know, he lasted longer than Keon. I mean, Kaler.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Everybody lasts longer than Kaler.
Yeah, ask his girlfriend. Sorry. Thunder Snow says, I'll take care of the cheerleaders. Yes, you will. Booger Wolf says, the Washington cheerleaders can tear up a field in just one half there, Keon.
We don't. Come on, leave those women alone. What did they ever do to you?
This is an interesting text from Booger Wolf. The earlier one says, if Betty Ross were a dude, probably look a lot like Jeffrey. Keon, you salamander looking ass fool. Randy, it's fitting you're a Cardinal fan because you got that beak to back it up. You guys are the world's best haters. Go Niners. Oh, that's
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Randy doesn't have a big nose, and I don't even understand what's salamander looking mean.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
What are my eyes supposed to be on the sides of my head? I don't know what that even means as an insult.
Yeah, you just consider the source.
Just so we're clear, when you insult people, the insult has to be based on like something so that they can be heard.
Yeah, with my beak.
Yeah,
my giant beak.
I got pictures of salamanders up right now. It's just I don't see the resemblance. I don't know. Big Kev says, "What's the point of naming teams after a city when the teams won't even play in the cities they represent?"
I know, right?
I guess this is just for this year only, and I guess they don't want to get too involved with a bunch of leases if the thing fails. But I think doing it this way almost assures failure.
So they're playing most of their games at the new.
All of their games.
They're playing most of their games. No, I just read the article. They're playing most of their games at the new University of Birmingham, Alabama field, 45,000 seat stadium in downtown Birmingham.
Where
they're going to play some of the games at Legion's Field in Birmingham.
All right.
I don't know if the field is natural turf. I'm still looking that stuff up. If it's natural turf or if it's AstroTurf or what it is. But good Lord, those fields are going to be absolute junk if they're natural fields. If they're made out of turf like that, and it's oh my God, they're going to be just junk.
I don't know if this thing's going to last this season.
I mean, the other ones haven't. So,
although it seems like they don't care about where or how many tickets are sold. I think there's just like, we're doing this for TV. Will it succeed if it's just for TV? They've already COVID bubbleized their entire league for a year. Is that a TV friendly idea, or is it a huge mistake?
It's a TV friendly idea to a degree. I mean, I don't know how many fans you're going to allow in to those buildings, the UAB building and the Legion Field, but for TV, bubbleizing probably is the best, because you end up with the other possibility that the XFL, everybody gets COVID and the whole league goes down in flames that way. If you just already wave the white flag and say, hey, we're going to play in one city and we're not going anywhere, that way we can try and keep the COVID away from our league. Sure, I can understand the rationale there.
We must protect a product nobody asked for.
Yeah, that's the only issue. It's like the money you're bound to make is going to come from playing in those home stadiums, though.
Lost Toby says, I'm 1-3 in ping pong bets, lost one regular and one parlay, both to a dude named Ivan. Whatever you do, don't bet on a dude named Ivan in ping pong.
Oh boy.
That's really good advice. Thank you for that, Lost Toby. I will heed that advice as I look to do a lot of weird bets in the off season of the NFL. The Jet says, hey, Jeffrey, never let somebody quit. Always fire him first. Well, clearly, Jet, you don't understand business, because if I fire him, I've got to pay him. I got to pay into the old, unemployment. But if he quits, I don't owe him anything. So you got to think about these things, Jet. You know, my other tactic I like to use is here, watch this. Hey, Randy.
Yeah.
You're fired.
Oh, boy.
Wait. Hey, Randy.
Yeah.
You want your job back?
Yeah.
You're hired. But because of that break in your employment, you've lost all your vacation time. Bam! How to be a boss.
Oh, no. That's terrible.
So I got this, Jet. Don't worry.
A protective stadium is this stadium that they're talking about. Looks like it's not a natural turf field. It looks like it's that new scientific turf.
Oh boy,
that they're doing that synthetic turf.
Well, it'll be at least somewhat interesting. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, let's talk a little bit more about the stuff going on here in Arizona. But then we do have an awful lot of NFL to talk about, moves with the GMs and the coaches. Yesterday, I didn't get to talk about the NFL quarterbacks. I swear to God, we're doing it today. And I shouldn't say, it's like saying it's a lock. It isn't. Well, we're going to try, damn it.
Yep.
It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brett Musburger's Action Update. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now. Here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
In 3 days, we will know who is headed to the Super Bowl. The Chiefs, a 7-point favorite to advance to their third straight as they host the Bengals. And in the NFC, the 49ers and Rams, after upset road wins in the divisional round, LA a 3.5 point favorite. NBA postseason odds. The Warriors are the odds-on favorite to represent the Western Conference in the NBA Finals at plus 225, the Suns at plus 300, and the Jazz at plus 375. In the Eastern Conference, the Nets are the team to beat, plus 140 odds, followed by the Bucks at plus 330 and the Heat plus 600. Only 2 games in the NBA tonight. The Lakers plus 2 at the 76ers and the Timberwolves plus 5.5 at the Warriors. For vsin.com, I'm Trey Westerberg on Arizona's sports betting station.
4 teams remain in the NFL playoffs, and that means only 4 teams left for you to bet on at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Counting down to Super Bowl 56, new customers can get 56-1 odds on any team. Bet just $5 and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. Not a new customer? You can experience the conference championships with same-game parlays. Combine multiple bets from the same game for a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code BET1580 and get 56-1 odds on any NFL team. Bet just $5 and win $280 in free bets if your team wins. That's code BET1580 at DraftKings Sportsbook. 21 and over. Arizona only. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details.
Contractors need bonds, and the professionals at Constructors Bonding have been Arizona's leading surety management team for 40 years. We don't just deliver bonds, we make your bonding better. As the #1 producer with 14 markets, Constructors Bonding has the relationships and expertise to get you better capacity, better rates, and better terms. For better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding at 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929. Or visit cbialliance.com.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
We just can't help it. We have to do it. It's in our DNA. At 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, we have to bring you the most epic moments in sports. Yeah, we can't help it. We are 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Got a bunch of college basketball on Saturday. Kentucky at Kansas at 3:30. Then we got GCU at New Mexico State at 6:45 here on 1580 The Fanatic. And of course, on Sunday, 4 teams remain in the NFL playoffs, and that means only 4 teams left for you to bet on at DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sportsbook betting partner of the NFL. Counting down to Super Bowl 56, new customers can get 56-1 odds on any team. You bet just $5 to get $280 in free bets if your team wins. Get yourself on over there. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use promo code BET1580. And you get a great deal there. And there's all sorts of great parlay bets and stuff, same game parlays. So if you're already a customer, yes, there's plenty of ways you can bet, have fun, and make some money. Remember, you got to be 21 years or older, Arizona only, new customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbooks for details. If you have a gambling problem, remember 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 888-368-1580. And yeah, that is that sort of, hooray, it's the playoffs. Oh no, There's only 3 games left.
It's going to be okay, Jeffco. Because this weekend's games are going to be, I think they're going to be epic games. And I think the Super Bowl is going to turn out to be one of the best, the all-time Super Bowls.
Not if the 49ers get in.
I don't know. I don't know. I know that. I know the damn 49er fans are insufferable. I know.
To be fair,
the
last time the Niners were in the Super Bowl, that was a pretty fun Super Bowl. With the Chiefs having to come from behind and take it. So
true.
It could be fun.
Well, if it's the 49ers, then it has to be against the Chiefs. The Bengals versus the 49ers might be one of the lowest rated Super Bowls you've ever seen in your life. At least Patrick Mahomes will bring some star power to it. But Rams Chiefs, I think that's your best bet for a successful Super Bowl.
Well, I the way everybody has jumped on the Joe Burrow bandwagon.
Oh, I love him. I hope he wins. I'm just saying, best recipe for Super Bowl success.
You
don't think so?
I don't know.
So you think either one?
I think that either way you go, it's a can't miss Super Bowl. These last 4 teams are amazing, and they have proven to be exciting football teams. I think this could be
3 of the teams.
So you don't think that the 49ers are an exciting team at all?
No. Wow. They have sort of been in the right place at the right time, because I still can't figure out why the hell they're still here. And I'm not trying to be a wise ass. I'm serious. I can't figure it out, man. And I just know that if you want a good Super Bowl, it better be Rams versus somebody else. Because there's a lot of stars and talent on the Rams that help balance it out the other side.
I don't think the Rams are fully formed yet. I don't think they're fully realized.
Well, they're
I think
fully formed enough to be in this championship game.
Well, I think they've spent a lot of money, and I think that it's been fun to watch all these superstars out there, kind of like a Pro Bowl.
A little bit.
Do you get any joy out of watching a Pro Bowl?
Well, they're actually playing for a purpose here, and
they're actually hitting people, and
the lights switch go on, and Aaron Donald starts to try to murder everybody. So I'm telling you that is your best chance for success. Name anybody other than Garoppolo and Kittle and Samuel on the 49ers. Go.
Nick Bosa.
Oh, I don't talk about him. He's an a-hole.
Fred Warner.
Wait, is he the good Bosa or the bad Bosa?
He's the bad Bosa.
Yeah, Nick Bosa is the bad Bosa. Joey Bosa is the good Bosa. So we don't talk about Nick. Anybody else? Kurt Warner.
Fred Warner. He's their linebacker.
Is that Kurt Warner's brother?
No relation.
Then I want to talk about him.
You can't just say name people and then just nullify them when Keon comes up with names.
You see me do it? I just did it. See how I did it?
I would say Brandon Ayuk, but of course I know from fantasy football.
Ayuk?
He doesn't do anything when Deebo Samuel's going, and Deebo's always going. So.
Yeah, I got to give Ayuk credit. He has shown up here and there over the course of the season. ASU product, doing pretty okay.
Yeah, no, it's just Kyle. Kyle would rather play with his new toy that is Deebo Samuel as a running back than he would with Brandon doing anything. Because when they didn't have Deebo, Brandon had an awesome year. So I don't get it.
Yeah.
Well, here's the situation, okay? If the 49ers are in the Super Bowl against whoever, we're going to watch, but will everyone else watch? I mean,
I think football fans would definitely watch.
You really think they're going to be excited about that kind of game? At least with the Rams, you get a crushing defense. You get Matthew Stafford trying to prove himself. You got Cooper Kupp, who is the best receiver in the game. One-handed catch guy on the other side of the field, Odell Beckham Jr., who's come into his own. The Rams team is an ass-kicking team. The 49ers are we're surprised to be here 2 team.
And the Rams team is the damn New York Yankees. That's what the Rams team is. They've been put together by money rolls and money banks and rich people. They haven't formed the team from the ground up. It's just a bought team. Give me a break.
That's fine. I don't hate the Rams like I hate the Yankees. And the fact that the Yankees are a bought team, that was an annoyance, but that wasn't the main reason for my utter bitter, acidic hatred.
I was going to say, look, it's a salary cap sport, and they found a way to make it work. I don't know how mad you get to be at the Rams for figuring out a way to be under the cap and make all of these contracts work together. That every other team could do it too. Then.
Yep. Parity is in the NFL when
Rams
you
are
have
stupid. They're stupid.
Okay.
I don't like their new uniforms.
Listen,
their helmets are stupid. I don't like the blue.
Yeah.
What happened to the old days when they had the nice helmets, like when Kurt Warner was there? Now that was a nice blue. What have they done with this blue? This is crappy blue.
It is weird
it's a
looking.
stupid.
Yeah.
I hate their uniforms.
They went LA.
And the Good Morning LA TV logo they use is bad too.
Stupid.
All right, listen, I get it. You feel about the Rams the way I feel about the Yankees. Okay. I gotcha. Guys, gotcha. That's just my opinion. I don't think that if the 49ers are in there, that it's going to be a very good Super Bowl. I mean, game-wise, they have a chance maybe with the Bengals. I don't think they have a chance against the Chiefs. And that's another thing. If you want to see a good game, if the 49ers somehow beat the Rams, which they have this year, if the 49ers end up in the big game, you better hope it's the Chiefs or the Bengals, because that's the only way that's a good game. You know what I'm saying?
I'd love to see a Bengals San Francisco 49ers Super Bowl. I'd love to see it.
King Kenton says, remember NBC and CBS both broadcast Super Bowl I, the original simulcast when they first had. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I always just thought it was on one station. Baby Guy Dak says, hey guys, I'm very excited that Dan Quinn is staying in Dallas. That's right. So people were talking to Dan Quinn, and Jerry Jones did like I told you guys he would, did the Bob Kraft thing where he did with Josh McDaniels. All of a sudden he opens up the door. There's Jerry Jones standing there in his office door, puts $1 million on his desk and says, I think you want to stay. I think I do.
Is that how it went down?
That's it. I think it's how it works. And I wish that more teams would do is make efforts to keep successful coordinators. I just lost my defensive coordinator, Matt Eberflus, to the Bears.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's true.
Was it the Bears?
Yeah,
it is
Bears.
Bears, right?
Yeah, it is
Eberflus. Yeah, there we go. I got it right. And then they turn around and they fire the defensive line coach. So I have a good defense, nobody to coach them. They got rid of Brian Baker today. So they must have a guy in mind that is bringing in some other people as well. I mean, the Colts did sort of soften up against the run. I'm just really surprised to see they're firing a guy over it. So the only reason they do that is somebody new is coming. So that will be an interesting thing. So I guess Dan Quinn is hanging around. Now, I don't know if Kellen Moore is getting hired anywhere. Some people were interested in him on that, but no rumors, no flutterings even about Kellen Moore. I think a lot of people just think he's too young.
Yeah, I think you're right there. But this kid is like he's like a what do you call that?
Rain Man?
When they're he's like Rain Man when it comes to X's and O's.
But the thing is that offense sort of deteriorated over the course of the season. So if you look at second half of the season Cowboys versus first half of the season Cowboys, you could attribute some of that to Zeke slowing down. Dak was starting to make some weird mistakes. But the fact is the offense did not perform the way it did. And I think a lot of people look at that.
Is Kellen Moore and Cliff Kingsbury related?
No.
All right. It was a theory. It was something I was going to throw out there.
Just put those two faces next to each other and you will know.
All right.
Immediately.
Well, don't be rude. They could have been adopted. So Baby Got Dak is also hoping that McCarthy is going to be on his way out soon. That is not going to happen. The news just broke that Mike McCarthy has received assurances from Jared Jones. He will not be fired. He will be around for the next season.
Well, you know what that means.
Yeah, another losing season for the Packers. I mean, for the Cowboys.
He's going to be released here soon, and they're going to try to bring in somebody else.
I don't think Jerry Jones will
not
do
when
that.
Jerry says it. Jerry's a straight shooter, and because he has nobody's, there's nobody looking over Jerry's shoulder. So when Jerry tells you, "Yeah, I got you,"
let me tell you something right there, Mike McCarthy. You are going to be here in the year 2022. I guarantee it. I'm not going to be a head coach. You're going to be here. Woo! I'm not going to let go of you. You're going to be here. You're going to return in 2022.
Is that roast beef?
Am I still coach? Woo! I'll tell you what. You will be here. You ever take tickets? Okay. So I'm sorry, Baby Got Dak, to give you that bad news.
I'm sorry for you too.
Mike McCarthy is not going anywhere. She also says, Keon, there's a lot of buzz around Jimmy G possibly heading to Washington.
I heard it, and I will repeat what I said on Tuesday. If they send if Washington goes after Jimmy Garoppolo, I am not watching that team play football next season. I'll be watching the other 31 teams in this league. They'll still be my team, and I'll check the box scores. I'm not watching those games. Not watching them.
You will maybe resist a game or two, and then
not watching them.
You'll start driving by your house, kind of looking. It's like, no, I better not.
Yeah, and then open up the closet, you'll see that Washington football team jersey hanging there.
You'll have a few too many to drink. You'll be drunk dialing up your old team in no time.
Yeah.
We have a new texter on here who I think ain't happy with me. Says, couldn't be more wrong about the Niners. They just shut down Packers and Cowboys. Do me a favor. Look up Jimmy G's win percentage. Okay, first off, you are high if you call it his win percentage. How much do you really think Jimmy G had to do with any of those wins?
Jimmy Garoppolo is playing with some of the best, has one of the best defenses in the league.
Yeah.
He's got weapons all over the place.
Yeah.
That's like saying the guy that does the commercial here on the show is responsible for our high ratings. Are you high?
Look, I can't explain it. I don't know why it's happening. But all I know is by the last 8 games of the season, San Francisco has found a way to get the win. They have found a way to get it done.
Jimmy
aliens come down and inhabited the bodies of the players of Jimmy Garoppolo and Deebo Samuel and George Kittle. I don't know. What I'm saying is
there's been some anal probes. I know
there is some sort of magic going on, some sort of witchcraft, and some sort of magic there in the great no-cow that has happened.
Yeah,
did
bizarre.
aliens invade Jimmy Garoppolo's body and then play football exactly like Jimmy Garoppolo always plays football?
It's happened before.
Because that is what has happened.
It's happened before.
He is still not good.
Okay.
And you know who else doesn't give a damn about Jimmy Garoppolo's win percentage? Kyle Shanahan, when he went in the draft and tried to replace him with another quarterback. Did we forget that happened?
Yeah, here's probably a better conspiracy theory. And thanks for texting in 4799. And he says we don't have to watch garbage Cardinal meltdown at least. Well, clearly he's a friend. Anyway, here's the alternate alien conspiracy. It is more likely to me that the other teams were possessed by aliens.
What?
and
other teams were?
Yes, causing them to lose.
What?
And the 49ers untouched, unprobed. Well, it's San Francisco. Some of them were probed, but not all of them. That is my theory. But yeah, come on, man. Jimmy G is not the reason 4799.
I look, I'm not bashing your team. I think the Niners have fantastic players. The guy playing quarterback 1, he ain't one of them.
Thundersnow says, no, I don't know. According to 49er fans, Mo Ansari is responsible for your high ratings. See? All right. We got a lot of text to catch up on and a lot more GM and coach moves and stuff like that. And then some legitimate player stuff to talk about. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Why are people joining the Align Probiotic Healthy Gut Team Up?
Less bloating means I like the way my jeans fit again.
A balanced gut means I'm more comfortable being out with my friends.
I trust Align because my doctor recommended it.
Align has probiotics that can help relieve occasional bloating, gas, and abdominal discomfort.
So join the Align Healthy Gut Team Up.
Try Align Probiotics for a month and see how great a healthy gut can feel. Get $2 off your first month of Align at alignprobiotics.com.
Contractors, are you missing out on jobs due to lack of bonding? When your current bonding holds you back, call Arizona's #1 bond managers at Constructors Bonding. They have the market relationships and expertise to take you where you want to go. Serving all types of contractors of any size, licensed in all states. When you need better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding, 602-432-5929, or visit CBIalliance.com.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Now, we've seen interest rates go as low as we've seen them in years recently. We've also seen them bouncing around. A lot of uncertainty of what is going on in the loan game as far as mortgages are concerned. That's why I lean on my friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. They have been in business for 20 plus years here in the Valley. They only lend in Arizona. They are trusted. They'll get you that reliable quote. And if you're thinking about refinancing, whether it's to just lower your rate, maybe lower the terms of your rate, maybe down to 15 or 20 years, or if you're like, hey, we got a lot of debt on the side, we got some problems going on, we want to consolidate debt, or I've always wanted a pool. Now's the time to do it. Take some of that equity out, refinance, and get things done around your house that you want. But you got to use the best in the business. That's the Lund Mortgage Team. 623-875-9940. 623-875-9940. Or check them out online, lundmortgage.com.
8 Out presents Terrifying Jobs.
Bull Rider, take 2.
Today we're talking with Clifford Maxwell, a rodeo bullfighter. His job? Distract raging bulls from going after thrown riders. Cliff, this seems like a really terrifying job. Why do you do it?
I love protecting the bull riders when they get bucked off.
How big are these bulls?
12 to 2,200 pounds of pure muscle.
You're not cowed by any of this, obviously. Is there anything that scares you?
Yeah. Distracted drivers terrify me.
This message is brought to you by KBA and this station.
You feel that? It's finally happening. It's starting to get cooler. Is it time to start wearing sweaters? No. It's time to call Harman Solar. See, if you install solar now, you get to enjoy huge savings next summer, up to 85% off your monthly bill. That means with zero down and no payments for 12 months, you can put that AC at whatever temperature you like year-round. Call Harman Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmansolar.com.
This is Brent Musburger. Don't miss Pro Football Blitz, Saturday afternoons, right here on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. All right, people.
Yes, I was messing with Keon.
The looks on his face sometimes.
Dude, you can't do that to me. You've had the COVID. I don't know if you've blanked out, if you've gone to sleep. I don't know what's happened.
Mommy? Okay, let's get back to the text line. 888-368-1580. Mars Bars 805 says, happy Thursday, guys. Great show so far. Sounds like you the sport to play in the bubble. He says Lakers win again. He says he'll take an 805, please, Randy. And
the USFL will play in the bubble and the Lakers will win again. Somehow. They'll figure it out.
Lakers win the USFL. Yeah, by the way, he says, don't forget to bet, Jeffrey. Yeah, if I say the Lakers are going to win tonight, it's a lock, then you know where my heart is. Mars Bars, thank you for that. Mr. Pringle says Cardinals owner not paying playoff bonuses, unhappy with end of season. Did they make the playoffs? They didn't make the playoffs. So why would there be
one game, wild card game?
Oh, were they in there? Really? It was my Colts that didn't make it. That's right. Wow. That's not legal. If it's in a contract that you get a playoff bonus, this is Pat McAfee who's saying it, and he does a lot of marijuana. But is that true? Can you get away with that?
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if it's in the contract and there was a playoff game, you need to pay the bonus.
Yeah, I'm sure. There's no way he can withhold money from these guys.
All right. I saw an NBC Sports playoff bonus checks for Cardinals coaches are being issued. So I don't know. I'm looking at two conflicting stories in the Google on top of each other. But I'm going to go with the NBC Sports because I've never seen this Sportsnet website before.
And they're saying, yes, they will pay the bonus.
Yes.
All right. That didn't sound like Bidwell to be a bad dude. I mean, that he worked in the prosecutor's office. I don't think he's going to risk that sort of nonsense. Our new texter, 4799, has come up with a texter nickname. He says, call me Niner Napoles. Napoles? Niner Napoles? What the hell does that mean?
Could be.
I don't know.
I mean, I could see that.
I mean, I'll call you that, but what does Napoles mean? He says, sorry, I got a little aggro there. True, Jimmy hasn't been doing it himself at all. I take the bad throws with a couple of big ones per game in big pressure situations. And well, I'll tell you what, you got a new pissed off Niner fan listener. Thanks, guys, and go Niners.
You guys are in the playoffs. You're playing in a championship game this weekend. Why the hell are you 49er fans so surly? Can someone answer that for me?
I would think that if your
Well,
team
I was
is,
bagging on them there pretty good.
yeah, but you're in the NFC Championship game. Why are you giving a damn what we think?
Exactly.
Your team's
And
in the
Jeffrey's Colts didn't even make the playoffs. My guys wilted like a damn flower. It was too hot. And Keon hasn't sniffed the playoffs, and yet you guys keep calling us, and you're so grouchy, calling us haters. Oh my God, get over it.
I'm not really a hater. And here's the thing you need to understand, Niners, Niner Annapolis. I don't have anything against the Niners. I have nothing against the Niners directly. The fans are insufferable all season long and kind of delusional on some stuff. But yeah, I was bagging on them hard. We deserve that. But as far as it goes,
I'll take the hater label. I don't really care.
I don't know about hater.
I'm just saying, why are you mad? If a bunch of guys,
he was aggravated, we were talking crap about his team.
Okay, but you're in the NFC title game. Who cares?
You know, maybe this is not the only show saying this. I don't listen to the other shows, but is everybody else saying, what the hell are they doing there? It's kind of like that dude on the Carson show who was sitting there with Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Sammy Davis Jr. and Johnny Carson, and he's just some no-name guy, and he kind of looks around. And he's like, "You ever feel like a brown shoe on a tuxedo?" He didn't fit in.
It's just you're on a late night talk show with a bunch of celebrities, and you're a guy that does yo-yo tricks, and you're like, how did this happen?
So maybe that's the Niner attitude, but most of my poking is just about these insufferable Niner fans, not about the team itself. But my assessment is honest, though. This is not a team that should be here. This is not a team. If you look back at how the season had progressed, they were in the basement. Nobody thought they'd get anywhere, and they sort of quietly in the background kept kind of, and then you kept seeing them hanging around there, thinking, "No, there's no way they'll win this next game. There's no way they're going to get this one." And it just is not that they are a great team. They just happen to be present on the bad days of everyone else's life.
I still think it's the aliens. The aliens came and traded some of their minds out with alien technology. I almost believe that's got to be one.
I don't think they're a great team, but I think they're a really, really good team. They're one of those.
Well, you're a Washington football team fan, so everything looks like a good team to you.
Come on, that's not true.
That's a really, really good team. What's your point of reference? WFT?
Oh. Well, no, I mean, there are a billion teams in this league I would not say are really, really good. I just see their defense, and I know that their defense, when they're healthy, can really play. And they've got a bunch of great skill position guys and a fantastic offensive line.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
But the quarterback
rethink
stinks.
my thoughts about Keon. He
Really?
thinks there's a billion teams in the league.
Oh,
He's
my
supposed to be the sports expert of the show, and now he thinks. Now I'm hearing that.
Well,
hyperbole, guys.
Yeah.
Hyperbole.
This day is not turning out the way I thought it would. Mr. Wilbur says, don't forget on Saturday, you also have the University of Arizona versus ASU, 12:30 on CBS. Yeah, I would have bet on that game already because Arizona, it's a lock to beat ASU. It's a lock. And I am going to put a bet on it. I would have done it already, but it just hasn't let me. Biscuits and Gravy says, Jeffrey O'Brien, we don't talk about Bosa. No. Oh, he's given me the, what was her name? Amy Winehouse.
Mm-hmm.
We don't talk about Bosa. I said, no. Lost Toby says 97% of bets on the over-under Jimmy G, 229.5 passing yards are being put on the under. Casino's about to cash in. Jimmy G revenge tour continues.
Well, come on, that's stretching it a little far, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, dude's got.
Has he even broken 200 yards in the past 8 games?
I don't even think he's broken a sweat.
Well, he hasn't broken 200 yards in any of the playoff games. I know that.
That's what I mean.
It's 170 yards average.
130, 150, 170. I don't think he's going to do 200.
And he hasn't thrown a touchdown this postseason.
Lost Toby says, Juice. Juicy for Juzik. How do you say his name?
Juszczyk is how it's pronounced.
I call him Scrabble Game Winner with that the letters in his name.
Last true, real. You could just drop a Juszczyk in Scrabble. You'd dominate.
I dropped a Juszczyk right before the show. Lost Toby says he's the last real fullback left in the game.
That's true.
Big George says, what about Raheem Mostert? He's got a fun sounding name too. Mostert. And Big Kev says, as a Niners fan, I want to see my Niners win a Super Bowl in my life without putting in a VHS tape.
Oh, that's the same way I feel about my team.
That cracked me up. But in all seriousness, I want Niners versus Bengals in the Super Bowl. Of course you do, because you don't want to go up against the Chiefs. He says everyone had LA as possible favorite after the roster moves, but nobody saw the Bengals making it this far. Nobody saw the Niners making the playoffs. It's time for a Super Bowl matchup that nobody younger than 40 expected. Yeah, okay. I'm sure for you that's great, but for the rest of the country, various degrees of interest is all I'm going to say. Let's see. Lots of text here to catch up on. Booger Wolf says, a person once said, never trust a Peyton Manning supporter. Nobody ever said that. Nobody ever said. He says they don't really understand sports. It's like a Chinese zodiac thing or something. So Jeffrey has no clue what he's babbling about. Schmucko.
Literally, no one has ever said that, though.
So I looked up Jimmy Garoppolo's passing yards. Yeah, Keon, you and I need to walk it back a little. Here's why. Against the Rams on January 9th, he went 23 of 32 for 316. Against Tennessee on December 23rd, he went 26 of 35 for 322. Now, in the divisional playoffs.
We need to hear who this against, though.
Okay, 1-9, January 9th against the Rams, 23 of 32.
Oh, they don't have a defense. Just kidding.
Jeez.
I just wanted to see a 49ers head actually pop off and explode.
The Titans on 12-23 when he threw for 322 yards. Now, here's the thing, though. In those two games, he threw over the course of those two games, he threw 4 picks. Now against the Cowboys, that 23-17 win, he was 16 for 25, 172 yards, and he threw a pick. Against Green Bay, 13-10 victory, 11 of 19 for 131, and he threw a pick. No touchdowns.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Just the playoffs, the postseason, because I couldn't remember back into the season far enough for his stats.
Quarterback rating against the Green Bay Packers was 11.9.
By the way, Booger Wolf, you said if Betsy Ross was a dude, probably looked like me. She was kind of hot if you go back and kind of look at some of these pictures. So thank you. I mean, one of them looks like Whistler's mother, but the most of the Betsy Ross ones, if I weren't married,
I'm a sexy beast.
Let's see. First Cav Mike says the most over and underachieving teams in the NFL this year. Mine over Bengals, under Browns. Wait. So over and underachieving. So the overachieving team, you think is the Bengals? I think it's the Niners. Underachieving team was the Browns, huh? I don't know if I could call them an underachieving team. Baker Mayfield. Not a real quarterback,
but people thought so going into this season. I did remember hearing that the Browns, because they made the playoffs last year.
Not from me.
Okay, there's some not from you, but I'm saying just in general, the general idea was okay. The Browns have something to build on from last year going into this year, and the injuries and the regression of Baker Mayfield made that impossible.
The idea was Baker wouldn't win you a game, but he wouldn't lose you a game. That's where the confidence came from. But the injuries and other problems on that team just made it a disaster. Blissful Hayes says, will new Bears head coach Matt Eberflus write BU on his game plan card? No, it'll say be anybody but Nagy is what he's going to write on his card. Big Stanky 87 says, what do you guys think of Antonio Brown going to the Ravens?
That's a good place for him.
Yeah. And his cousins there. I don't know.
What could go wrong?
I mean, everything, but maybe you get something out of him first before it does.
The Jet says, quick question for Jeffrey and Randy. As being fairly new to Arizona, does the state support you Arizona in basketball? Or is it a fine line in the sand? most of the state loves ASU. So Tucson supports you, Arizona.
Most of the state.
Yeah. And well, you know, where the non-meth addict population is. And of course, everybody here in the Valley,
oh boy,
it's all ASU all the time. But you know,
it is a fine line, Jet. It is a fine line.
it's not a fine line. It's a very easy line about Casa Grande. So, all right, guys, it's 1 hour down and 2 to go. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Without education, poverty follows a family one generation after the next. But College Bound AZ provides educational pathway to students starting in the 7th grade and turns dreams into degrees. Your support provides laptops and other things to ignite that journey. To help, Chicago Fest West happens Saturday, March 19th at Mesa Convention Center, and the proceeds benefit College Bound AZ. It's a celebration of Chicago during Cub Spring training through music, food, a classic car show, and more. Get your tickets at chicagofestwest.com today.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Hi, this is Bruce Jacobs from my friends and former employers at ProCopy. For over 20 years, ProCopy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available from companies like Ricoh. More importantly, they provide outstanding service after the sale with a 96% retention ratio and award-winning technicians. 3 years ago, they joined the Flex Technologies Group, an Arizona-based nationwide group of companies that share ProCopy's commitment to excellence. So if you have branches anywhere in the United States or just here in Arizona, you can get great personalized service even during the current climate. We use them here at the Fanatic and Money Radio KFNN, and they never disappoint because they remain a local company. They give back to our community by supporting ASU and the Thunderbirds through the Phoenix Open. The ProCopy Foundations has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. That makes doing business with ProCopy good for your business. Just give them a call at 602-ProCopy. That's 602-776-2679.
Airlines have just reduced their prices even more. Book 30 days in advance and save big.
Want the absolute lowest prices on your airline tickets? Then call the Low Cost Airlines Travel Hotline right now. For prices so low, we can't publish them anywhere. The only way to access our low rates and save up to 70% is to call. Save hundreds on your vacation tickets by calling right now. You can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go and pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
802-341-4535. 802-341-4535. 802-341-4535. That's 802-341-4535.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM
and K2.2 Rolling Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
For what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And King of Kittens wants you to know it's 69 hours to championship game kickoffs.
Wow.
Nice.
Yes, bittersweet. Hooray! Championship games. Oh, no. Football's over. That's the problem. That's the thing.
I try not to think about it.
I can't help it. It's like I only got a few more bites left of this amazing sandwich, and then it's no, I don't have a sandwich no more. And I love a sandwich, and I'm not gonna have a sandwich no more. Somebody's trying to sell me this sort of knockoff sandwich that I can eat after this sandwich. I don't know if I want to eat that sandwich called the USFL. Are you gonna watch this USFL stuff, Keon?
No. I have a commitment to watching football that is actually good and entertaining. So,
Randy, how about you?
No,
I might tune in for a minute or two and see what it's all about.
You no, you won't.
Okay.
You're just saying that.
I won't tune in at all. Never mind. I'm an habitual liar, and I just lied saying that I would tune in.
You saying that. The Jet says, I'm not a Jimmy Garoppolo fan, but he does have a Super Bowl ring. He's also been in 3 conference championships and 2 Super Bowls. Okay. Hey, roll back a bit. Lots of those were just sitting there watching Tom Brady play, if I'm not mistaken.
The Super Bowl ring, he did not actually start at quarterback to win. So what are we talking about right now?
1 conference championship game he deserved to be in. That's it.
Like, look, you deserve your ring for being a backup. But when you start arguing about is the guy a good football player, you don't get to count the bench warming Super Bowl ring. You just don't.
Ukulamak says Eberflus. What the heck is he? A sneech with stars on his thars? What? I have no idea what that means, but Eberflus.
Sneech?
He does sneech with stars on his bars.
I don't know what that means, but Eberflus does sound like a fictional animal.
Yeah. He's okay. I don't know how he's going to do as the head coach, but they must be impressed with him. So I just hope the Colts replace the defensive coaching staff with some good guys. Of course, Irsay having some late night mushrooms and some booze out there tweeting. He's like, you want to win because he's looking at what's going on right now. You gotta be able to stop the run, and you got to score more than 30 points a game. And he didn't say the name Carson Wentz, but Carson Wentz felt that in his soul.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I'm sure he's already started getting on Indeed, updating the old resume. I don't think he's going to have a job.
Carson Wentz does not do well with criticism, so I'm sure it's not going well.
Well, the criticism, there's enough to be passed around. There were some iffy coaching decisions. Well, they're not going to fire that guy. And they're just, no, it was wins. It was all wins. Billy from Ravendale says, I'm sure they have a deadline to pay the bonuses the Cardinals do, and they're just making them wait a while. Cardinals will also say it was a clerical mistake, like the Coyotes.
Well, I don't know Michael Bidwell to be like that. No. I don't know that he's going to be petty like that. From what I understand, he's a straightforward guy, and I think this may have been some sort of hearsay that was blown way out of proportion. Mr. Bidwell, at least this iteration of Mr. Bidwell, not the father, the son. He is a straight up guy, and he, I'm sure, in no way, shape, or form, would do anything to withhold the money that's coming to the place.
You got to think about the Father, the Son, the Holy Skinny Jean Spirit. That's what's happening right now with the Cardinals. So they're not going to do that to you.
According to that NBC Sports article that I pulled up earlier, a source with knowledge of the situation said that the report was, quote, complete BS, pointing out that the coaches are absolutely getting their checks. So I don't buy it.
So now this is a new piece of information. You've seen all the stories. Oh my God. Every time you turn around, this guy's getting interviewed here. That guy's getting interviewed there. This guy got this. Blah, 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 blah. Well, now it's looking like for the Raiders that Josh McDaniels from the Patriots and Dave Ziegler from Ziegler Follies, he and Josh McDaniels will end up being coaches for the Raiders. Now, I guess that's head coach Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler doing his Dave Ziegler thing as a GM, I think.
So you've got an opportunity here to bring somebody in to take the momentum you have gained with this team, and you have gone with Josh McDaniel as your head coach.
Mm-hmm. Well,
don't believe it till he's actually sitting in a chair in an office.
Well, they put in a request to interview him, which I think is just doing your due diligence. I don't think that there's anything wrong, even with what Bisaccia was able to accomplish with going out there and looking at other candidates.
The people who know, saying that, it seemed like a freight train heading in the direction of Josh McDaniels for the Raiders head coaching job.
Wow.
So that's something to keep an eye on. The Broncos had been working on a deal to hire Nathaniel Hackett. Anyone?
Buddy?
No, his son was Sandy Hackett.
Okay.
No. Yeah. Packers offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Because if if you had down Packers offensive coordinator, then you can go ahead and just mark out your B on the coach's bingo card because it's that's that Nathaniel Hackett. Okay. Big Risk says, FYI, Niner fans have I can't read that. sorry, but Big Risk. Come on, man. Mr. Pink says, don't back down, guys. Don't let the Niner fans bully you around. I'm not letting anybody bully me around.
Nobody's bullying us around.
I stuck to my damn guns.
We're all just kind of wondering why are they so damn surly?
Listen, maybe they've just been surly because they've always known that Joe Montana was just a system quarterback. You know?
Oh boy, you're taking a bat now. You're not just stirring it up. You're taking a bat, beating the hell out of this hornet's nest. Just beat it to death.
Thank you, Mr. Pink Eye.
Wow.
Colts fan Dan says Pat McAfee can smoke all the pot he wants. He makes $30 million a year and no league drug test required. Yep,
That's
you're
true.
absolutely right about that. Historian says, so I'm ghosting the 49ers. Are the 2022 version of the 2001 Baltimore Ravens? I don't understand any of that, do you? Fed fan says, hey, Keon, who has your brother picked to win the women and men's AO finals? This must be a tennis thing.
Yeah, and
Australian Open.
I'd have to ask him. I've been watching the games with him, but I didn't ask him about who we picked to win the final.
You're watching tennis, are you, Keon?
Yeah, my brother played.
Do you not have enough to do throughout the day that you have time to sit down and watch the Australian Open?
It's not even about time. The fact that you actually watch it.
I don't know. I enjoy it.
There are worse things.
And yeah, I mean, look, for me, when my dad came to this country, he had he started to watch a lot to try.
I thought you were going to say a tennis racket and a dream.
No, that would have been funny. No,
when my father first came to this country,
but
he had nothing more.
He would paddle with the tennis rackets.
Then a tennis racket, a ball of 10 tennis balls, and a dream.
I wish that was how the story went. But
That's a hell of an origin story if it's true.
But he wanted to, he was living in New York at the time and he wanted to connect with people. So he started watching a lot of sports that don't exist in Guyana.
With that tennis racket, I would catch fish. I would swat birds out of the air. Cook them for the family. That tennis racket also made a fine-tuned sound, which I used to entertain the family around our coal stove in our little apartment in Hoboken.
While
I did so many things with that tennis racket.
Oh, boy.
Some things I probably should not admit to for legal reasons. But by God, I came to this country with two things: tennis rackets and a dream. Well, it's an inspiring story, Keon.
That's not the story at all. I didn't even. There is no story. I was just going to say he started watching a bunch of sports so he could connect with people because he realized that was a way to talk to New Yorkers. Then he just became a sports addict and started watching everything. So
here's how the conversation went. Hey, yo, what the hell are you doing with the tennis racket? What are you doing? Are you threatening me?
I don't think anybody talks like that in Brooklyn, but that's fine. The point is,
well, he left Brooklyn. I told you I've had COVID, right? Come on. Fed fan is calling us douchebags, Randy. As usual, Jeffrey's being a douchebag, and Randy's coming close to being a douchebag too.
But you're laughing, damn it, and you love it.
I didn't do nothing. Mr. Wilbur says, hey, tell that new texter, Niner Nipples, or whatever his name is, suck it, because this Cardinals beat his dumbass team 2 times this year.
Niner Napolis? Is that not the
Napolis? I don't know.
I'm still waiting on the explanation on what that name means.
Oh, he
Probably
says, we did say
Navy man who went to Annapolis.
No,
he's a Niners fan.
He says it was his last name. Napolis. Napolis is his last name.
Cool.
So,
is this Mike Napoli? Former great Arizona Diamondbacks catcher, Mike Napoli? He played for the California Angels, Anaheim Angels.
I'm guessing more than likely.
Mike Napoli.
Yeah.
Napolis. Niner Napolis.
Against the spread, says Chicago Bears hired Elmer Fudd as coach. Not Bieniemy or Leftwich. You know, the Bears suicide hotline is now hiring more personnel, and we're going to have forever going to suck ass over here. Baby Got Dak says, why is Booger Wolf being such a meanie today? Oh, he's mean to me a lot.
Booger Wolf is a 49ers fan. He's surly. They're all surly.
She says he should be ecstatic that his team is still hanging in there instead of spewing so much negativity.
Exactly.
Straight Striper says, somewhat inappropriate, so pre-read before reading on air. Okay, hold on.
Oh, jeez.
I like the self-awareness, though. I appreciate that aspect of it because
No, I can do this. I can do this. Straight Striper says, the loud 49er fans better be ready to swallow something big, long, and hard. It's called their pride after an impending big loss during a long, hard season.
Damn.
The words Super Bowl winning 49ers quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo will never be uttered.
Hello.
Got to swallow that big, long, hard pride, I think. Yeah, I think you're right, buddy.
Hello.
Blissful Hayes says Carson Wentz deserves a max contract extension. Yeah, well, you can have him. I don't want him. Ukla Mock says, really, Radio Pal? You don't know your Dr. Suez? Dr. Suez, the guy who wrote about the canal? Hey, check your spelling there, Ukla. Historian says, I'm guessing Trent Dilfer versus Jimmy G, but are they killing it? Are they killing it? No. Fish Tank says, whoever was comparing the Niners to the Ravens, they were saying that they were both great defenses with garbage quarterbacks, i.e. Joe of the Flaccos.
But I don't know, because Joe Flacco got into the postseason and played the best stretch of football he ever played in his life.
That's true.
That so much they paid him. That's what got him that contract. So Jimmy Garoppolo in this postseason hasn't looked anything like that Flacco team that won the Super Bowl.
Big George wants to know if your dad is Arthur Ashe. No, clearly his dad is John McEnroe.
Well, my last name's Rose, so neither of those.
Yeah.
Things.
Well, Rose and McEnroe closer, don't you think?
Though my dad was a McEnroe fan. So
there's both Rose.
So
just maybe a stretch. Lost Toby. You know I'm not reading that. Big Risk says, I know you couldn't read my last text, but what about the ones beforehand? Here, let me scroll back there. There's quite a few. Okay, I'll start from the top here. I agree. The Rams provide more star power and bring great ratings. However, I think Deebo Samuel is enough to watch the Niners alone. Plus, the history there, the comeback last time they played in the Super Bowl. Rams do have it a lot on paper, but I still don't know if Stafford has what it takes to win a game of this magnitude. And are the Bears NFC North favorites with Eberflus? Will he use Fields the way he should be used? Will they get a big target, wideout, or tight end? Is Cole Kmet the guy they can add to in free agency? Jimmy G isn't the reason they're winning, but he's not losing either. And he has to do is not lose the game.
He almost lost them that last game. That if it weren't for a blocked punt, that interception would have been the backbreaker. That interception that he threw, where he threw that pass to Kittle, looked about as wide open a throw as you could make, and he lofted it to where it floated and it got intercepted. He almost cost them that game. And I don't know if at this point, what would convince you that Matthew Stafford can win big games? Because that offense ran through a Buccaneers defense and he beat Brady.
He can win big games, but before you sing the praises, remember what happened in the second half with the Los Angeles Rams and that so-called vaunted defense. The damn Bucs almost came back and got him.
Yep.
Just saying.
Yeah, but that's Brady. And so like that's a Brady-led team. Are we sure that the Niners can do that too to this Rams defense in the second half of a football game? I'm not convinced of that.
I'm not sure of anything right now.
Blissful
Except your
Hayes.
inspiring story of your dad coming to the center.
Yeah,
it was
with
inspiring.
Nothing but a tennis racket.
Maybe I'll tell
the
the real story, but right now I feel like the mood's just taken over that story. So
print the legend.
Because the real story is actually really good, but whatever.
All right, well, we can just assign that to an uncle or something. But right now, your dad came here with a tennis racket and a dream. Blissful Hayes says,
from a country that doesn't really play tennis.
Oh, I don't believe that for a minute. Blissful Ace says, due to the fact the Bears organization are cheapskates, they hired Eberflus because he was the only one that would accept their lowball contract offer. I have no point of reference on that, but if you say so, doesn't. Hey, I don't care what happens to Eberflus.
My only issue with that, and I don't know that that's true either. I don't have the connection to the Bears organization, but Eberflus was getting interest from a lot of teams, a lot of these teams with vacancies, not just the Bears. So I don't think that it was simply just the Bears trying to be as cheap as humanly possible, because he had interest.
Yeah, but isn't it weird though? You got Fields sitting there. You need somebody to work with him. You need somebody to sort that out and to get that offense right. Your defense wasn't bad. So now you brought in a defensive-minded coach. Somebody had better have a good line on a good offensive coordinator to come in there and make a difference and get that thing going. So, yeah, that was kind of a surprise to hear that the Bears would hire a defensive-minded coach.
I was surprised by that too. But I was actually surprised last year when the Chargers went out and hired Brandon Staley, another defensive coach.
Yeah, he's all right
in second year of Justin Herbert. So Eberflus, you probably go in there, you're talking to the owner and so on, and you're saying, hey, here's my plan for Justin Fields, because there's no way they hire him without here's who I plan to hire to help mentor our young quarterback.
Well, and they also have a new GM over there, right? So that guy may have a line on some stuff too.
Yeah, and there's certainly a plan there. So there's something about Eberflus that had that general manager say, yeah, I'm going to go with this guy because we do have a plan for Justin Fields, and we can incorporate that into what he does because we've got a great defense already with as far as the personnel. So we just need a guy that can maybe push them in the right direction.
I'm not even that mad that the Colts lost Eberflus. I'm really kind of happy about the fact that Irsay basically just walked up like his open mic night at a comedy club and says, hey, all right, everybody. Yeah, good to be here. Yeah, that's right. I got a microphone. You got a beer. God has a plan. And Carson Wentz is not in it. All right, everybody. Just so glad that we're going to move on to what? I have no idea. Hope it's somebody good. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we were finally going to do it. We're going to talk NFL quarterbacks. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hey, everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my friends over at Valley Medical Weight Loss. We all know what New Year's resolutions are, right? Now, New Year's resolutions don't have to start on January 1st. We got a long year, but let's not wait any longer. If one of your resolutions was to trim up, lose a couple unwanted pounds, feel a little better in your own skin, I've got the company for you. It's called Valley Medical Weight Loss. They've been in business in the Valley for over 10 years. 3 walk-in locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. No appointments necessary. Simply come in when you're ready to start your weight loss journey. I've got a way for you to get your first week absolutely free. It's normally $31.95 per week, but if you mention Money Radio, you can get started losing those extra 15, 20, maybe more pounds. Don't wait any longer. You can call 602-441-3305 or go to their website, valleymedicalweightloss.com. No upfront fees, and your first week's on us. Give it a try, valleymedicalweightloss.com.
4 teams remain in the NFL playoffs, and that means only 4 teams left for you to bet on at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Counting down to Super Bowl 56, new customers can get 56-1 odds on any team. Bet just $5 and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. Not a new customer? You can experience the conference championships with same-game parlays. Combine multiple bets from the same game for a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code BET1580 and get 56-1 odds on any NFL team. Bet just $5 and win $280 in free bets if your team wins. That's code BET1580 at DraftKings Sportsbook. 21 and over. Arizona only. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with 0 down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
The field is called a gridiron. The ball is called a pigskin. The quarterback is called a field general.
Y'all know what time it is?
The kicker? Well, they just call him a kicker.
Come on, dude!
Hey, this is football. The NFL plays here. Catch all the primetime games, playoff, and Super Bowl 56 on your home for the NFL.
Let's go now.
1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Welcome back to the Daily Blender on this Thursday. Having lots of fun here. Speaking of fun, what could be a lot of fun is getting you involved in FanDuel because they've got a lot of great ways for you to put some skin in the game, as it were. Lay a few dollars down on a game here and there. They've got the big championship weekend coming up, and there's some great offers that are coming through. And that's another thing. FanDuel's got all kinds of great offers for tenured veterans of the FanDuel Sportsbook or even new users. So one of those is an in-game parlay. So if you if you select one of these teams this weekend on the championship, you start a parlay. You can get up to $10 back if your same game parlay does not win. Remember, parlays give you multiple bets from one matchup, and that could add up to a big payout. I'm not a big spender here, and you don't think you have to start this thing and instantly, load it full of cash and start throwing, wads of cash on games. That's not the way it's done. As we talked to our friend here on the Fanatic about betting, smart betting, you got to have your bankroll, your budget, and you can throw a small increments on games and start building your bankroll from there. Heck, Jeffrey just won doing the same thing.
Yeah, I only started with $10,000. I mean, it's a teeny little bankroll, and
that is small for Jeffrey. Yes, the 10 grand. But listen, you don't have to be that big. You can put in whatever you need. There's no minimums on that. So I would encourage you to get yourself the FanDuel, the market leader, America's #1 sportsbook. It's easy to use, easy to place your bets, fast payouts, and legitimately, it is an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Go to FanDuel sportsbook.com, FanDuel.sportsbook.com, or is it sportbook? Anyway, let me get that right. FanDuel, on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Download that from the App Store or from the Google Play Store. Use promo code Randy1580, and that's going to help you get your risk-free bet. It's also going to open you up to all sorts of new offers, Randy1580, and when you download the app and sign up. And if you are a tenured user and you've got a friend, you can refer a friend and you can get some special offers there. You and your friend can get awarded with monetary prizes or, all kinds of different things. So go to FanDuel Sportsbook and get that on your phone immediately and use the promo code Randy1580. FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Remember, got to be 21 and older and present in the state here of Arizona. Bonus issued with a non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
I do need to clarify something. I was kidding when I said $10,000. When I said that, moments later, I heard a glass break down in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I just want to make it clear. I've only put in $100.
Some of these will be jokes.
Yeah. My wife, I know she's just probably a little bit worried about that. No, just $100, starting with 100, see where it goes. And Blissful Hayes thinks he's saying something hurtful, but why do you think I'm not upset? Why do you think I'm not upset about Eberflus leaving the Colts and heading on over to be the coach of the Bears? Because of what Blissful Hayes says. He says Eberflus couldn't even stop a 2-win Jaguars team with the playoffs on the line. Terrible hire for the Bears as usual.
Wow.
I don't know if it was all Eberflus's fault, but getting rid of the D-line coach and Eberflus and maybe somebody else coming in, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, the Colts clearly think so.
Sounds like he saw the writing on the wall, decided to make a move.
which is odd because everybody saw the same thing we saw. So why is he suddenly such a hot commodity for head coach? Because it wasn't just the Bears he was talking to. So whatever. Moist One says, random thought of the day. Pete Carroll looks a lot like a mix between Bill Walsh and Owen Wilson.
I can kind of see it.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
I think more a mix between Owen Wilson and Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah. Okay. I could see that.
I like Pete Carroll. I do like. I know he's
that makes one of us.
He's a rival of yours, but he's a very energetic guy. He seems like a decent guy. I mean, I know he had some issues at USC.
Yeah, look what he did at USC. Yeah, real decent. Yeah,
kind of like, we don't know what Keon was like before he got here. He may have been a complete horrible human being someplace else. My only experience with him is he's a good guy. So my only experience with old gum chewer, Pete Carroll, is he's a good guy.
No, he's a gum-chewing, whiny bag of bones that doesn't belong in football. All he does is the wrong thing. And for him to come into a damn press conference with his gum-chewing, jaw flapping like, I'm not used to losing. Oh, I need to leave now. Give me a break.
Don't tell
Pete
Ralph
Carroll
I said this, but he has something you don't. The Super Bowl.
Oh, boy. Wow, that hurt.
Just saying.
Dug right into my heart. Oh my! You know I'm a Cardinals fan, right?
Yeah, I know you're a Cardinals fan. I get it.
Oh, he's got a Super Bowl and we don't. I haven't heard that before.
Well, maybe if your team does something.
Everybody has a Super Bowl and we don't. Everyone.
Is that true? There's got to be another team that doesn't have one.
If you look through all the history,
the Vikings don't have one.
If you look through, the Vikings don't have
modern day Super Bowl, not just championships from the past. So the Cardinals do have a championship from the distant past, so far back.
1942, I think.
Well, I mean, if we're counting the
they were just, it was so far in the past.
About Super Bowl.
There were no newspapers. It's just people telling each other. That's how long ago it was.
Could be.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I get it. So now I know you hate everybody in your division equally.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Senior Wake and Bake says, yep, fellas, just making room for more Lombardis. All right, Cards fan there. All right, go Niners. Floppy Bumper says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Do you think the Bengals have a shot at all? Yeah, I think
they've got to play the game. Yeah.
It's all about defense. If the Bengals can confuse a cat, like the old Monty Python sketch, if they can confuse, if they can befuddle, if they can stop Patrick Mahomes and try to control time of possession, if they can not make stupid mistakes, then yeah, I mean, I'd say the Bengals have a chance, but I mean, there's a reason the Chiefs are favored.
That offensive line for the Bengals is going to have to be at least passable in this game. You cannot let Joe Burrow be sacked 9 times because I guarantee you in this game, you ain't winning that one.
I know this is going to be a that was then, this is now kind of statement, but the Bengals have beat the Chiefs before. They do have that confidence.
When did they this year?
Yeah.
All right. Well, they have at least an idea of what to do.
Yeah.
Blissful Hayes says Eberflus could. I already read that one. Sorry. Kiss the Cook says I don't think Keon's dad ever played tennis. He arrived in the great United States of America with a cricket bat and 2 balls.
My dad did play cricket.
He remembers.
But my dad also played rugby. That was more his game.
Rugby.
Yeah.
Wow.
Keon's dad stepped off of the gangway of that ship with a cricket bat, 2 balls, and a dream.
He flew here, but
he learned quickly it was good to have a ball in either pocket, not the same pocket.
It's not 1920. He didn't step off of Ellis.
And be careful where you hold that cricket bat. Nobody knew what the cricket bat was. He got tired of answering questions and just wrote the word futon on it. People didn't know any better.
Wow.
But Keon's dad did. And now, that's a true American story. Is that better, Keon?
Well, it's an American story.
I like the other version better.
We wouldn't call it true, but sure.
Just the Tip says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Arthur Ashe was a kind and gentle man off the tennis court. However, he must have been on the road so much with the tennis tour, he couldn't spend a lot of time with Keon. More time with his son maybe would have helped temper some of Keon's flash anger issues.
Arthur Ashe is not my dad. Just so we're clear.
Here it goes.
No, nothing
Here
else
comes.
there. Just Arthur Ashe is
He's
not
not my dad.
Just not my father. That's it.
I wish you guys would quit saying my dad's Arthur Ashe.
Navy Brad says, good afternoon, men. Question, Jeffrey. Wait, I forgot my question. Foggy brain from the COVID from a year ago. Yeah, that's the other thing. I don't know how long the brain fog lasts. But I don't think I'm really suffering from it anymore. I think I'm okay now.
Really? Well, that's good to hear.
So listen, Mike Bauer, let me tell you something. Wait, you're not. I mean, Randy. Oh, wait, you're Randy. Okay.
Yeah, I'm Randy. Yeah.
Keon has no clue. Big George. Come on, George. Okay, let me ask a question. Both you guys, do you care about soccer?
When the World Cup rolls around, that's it.
Even then?
I think even then, as soon as the U.S. gets booted out of the World Cup contention, I don't even pay attention.
George is being a wise ass. He says, question for Randy and Keon. And he starts going on about CONCACAF.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a Conan O'Brien like fan convention thing.
The CONCACAF.
CONCACAF. Yeah, that's the federation that puts together the whole World Cup thing.
Do you want to hear the question or just we move on? Because I'm fine to just move on.
Well, I'm interested.
You brought it up
Big
now.
George, yeah. I mean, I think.
But you don't know anything about soccer.
Well, we know a little bit.
I know a little bit. I used to work for a local soccer team in Chattanooga, but I don't.
I know a little bit.
I'm not certainly far from an expert.
Played
but I'm
soccer
interested in the question.
I played soccer in elementary school.
So did I. You know?
I'll let George speak. Come on.
All right. Who do you like tonight in the big CONCACAF World Cup qualifying match tonight between the United States and El Salvador in Columbus, Ohio?
Oh, boy.
CONCACAF, USA.
Yeah.
USA doesn't play soccer well, so I'm going to go ahead and take El Salvador.
I'm going to take the US. They've been playing decent soccer. The last couple of international matches that I saw happened. I mean, I didn't watch the games, but I saw the scores. They've been playing better.
Okay, he also says right now Canada leads the CONCACAF group with 16 points, but the U.S. is right behind them with 15, and Mexico has 14 points along with Panama. Top three teams automatically qualify for Qatar next year. Do you think Canada can sustain their success and qualify along with the United States and Mexico? I'm worried about Panama. I got this, guys. Here's the problem. It's the exchange rate between Canada and the United States. Because of that exchange rate, they won't have enough. They think they do because in their math, those points make more sense. But once you try to change that crap at the border, you are sadly mistaken. So I'm going to go with United States, Mexico, and Panama. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Canadians are going to fall out. Okay.
Yeah, just to be mean. I have no idea.
There you go, George.
It's a lock.
Oh, geez. Here we go.
Colts fan Dan says, did Randy have the COVID too? No.
Last March, almost a year ago. Yes.
Yeah, not just now. It was just me. I hung in there pretty good, though. 2 years. 2 years. And now I feel dirty. I feel all dirty. Straight Striper says, over the last decade, the conference championship and Super Bowl teams have been a revolving door for the same 8 to 12 teams. Anyone else excited for the possibility of Bengals to have a chance to win the big game? Sure.
Me.
Yeah.
I am.
See, here's the thing. When you hear me talking about it, I will still watch if it's Bengals 49ers. I don't care. Whoever gets there, even if it confuses me, if you get there, you've won the games, you deserve to be there. And if it is the 49ers, I will admit that. Your fan base is a bunch of yahoos, but if you're there, you deserve to be there. And I will watch the hell out of that game. But if you want to have good ratings, you want the Rams and the Chiefs, period. I mean, Rams Bengals might do the job too, but I think Rams Chiefs would be better for bottom lines.
Well, as far as ratings go, maybe, perhaps.
Because those teams will have the name recognition, of having popular players, well-known players. But a Bengals Niners Super Bowl could be fun. I mean, the skill positions on both of those squads are definitely good enough. We could get a show.
I just hope no Niner fans are still tuned in when I said nice things about them. Well, not them, their team. Uberflus. Is that a musical instrument from Whoville, or is that like a sex toy from Germany, says Jack Dog.
Wow.
Yes. Mr. Wilbur says, Jeffrey, Keon's dad is in the front lobby and he'd like a couple of words with you. Wilbur, about that.
Yeah, it's going to be tough on account of the fact that he's no longer with us. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is.
Unfortunately, Mr. Wilbur is blind and he can't see the judging looks we're all giving him now.
There it is.
Fed fan says, again, why do I listen to this show? Bruno Baller says, doesn't Pete Carroll also have a college championship with the USC? Hey, by the way, what was he in trouble for at USC? What happened there? Was it pay for play?
Paying Reggie Bush and a bunch of players. And
they had deals with local businesses, car dealerships, and they'd hook the players up with that. And that was how they were doing it, so that they could avoid giving the players actual cash in their hands. And they still got caught. And the thing that's particularly shady about it is just that the moment that Pete Carroll knew that he was being investigated, he jumped to the NFL and just sort of left the entire organization to hold the bag on the violations that he oversaw.
But he's a good guy, though.
I don't blame him for the violations, because everybody in college football cheats.
Yeah, but
leaving the team in the lurch that way after you got caught.
That's like, you know what that is? That's that one guy who's standing there. The cops roll up, and the one guy sees him, nobody else does, and he just is like turns around, and just starts running. Doesn't even tell anybody. Doesn't look back. He's like, I'm not going down for this. Bruno Baller also says, while Randy and Keon did a fine job in Jeffrey's absence, it's great to have Jeffco back. Thanks, Bruno Baller. I appreciate that.
Absolutely, it is.
Been back for a while. So where you been? Ukla says, Maury Povich. Here comes Keon. No.
I knew this is exactly where we were going, so I was just trying to stop it, but the train does not stop for me.
No, sorry. Just stops for no man. Stops for no man.
Ran my ass over.
As Toby says, long COVID is a thing. I think my brain went to bleep from the first time, at least memory wise. I would have loved to have it as an excuse, but I've been pretty clear minded here the last day or two. I feel like I'm finally coming out of it. Just got to get this crud out of my throat, and we'll be good to go. Blissful Hay says, what is this soccer you speak of? Senior Wake and Bake says, Keon, my dad can beat up your dad. Kidding, he's dead too. Colts fan Dan says, Texans, Lions, Panthers, Falcons, Bengals, Jaguars, Chargers, Vikings, Cardinals, Titans, Browns, Bills have never won a Super Bowl. Browns, Lions, Jags, Texans have never been to the Super Bowl. That's a lot of damn teams.
Mm-hmm.
I understand the Texans. I understand the Lions. Wait, the Panthers have been there. Cam Newton. Oh, it didn't win. Okay. So all those guys getting there. Okay. Jaguars getting there. That's astounding. But, oh no, the Jags did not get there. The Lions did not get there. The Browns have never been there. Is that true? They've had decent teams in the past.
Yeah, but
Jim Brown,
right? But if you remember, the way things always happen in Cleveland sports, it's the word "the" followed by the biggest tragedy that ever happened to that sports team. So the drive happened, so that stopped one team. The fumble, where they fumbled right on the goal line, and then the Broncos beat them and went to the Super Bowl. That happened. So yeah, there was about 3 AFC title games in a row that the Browns went to, but didn't win to go to the Super Bowl with good teams.
What was it for the Colts? I mean, there was Deflate Gate, but that wasn't that big a deal for Colts because they weren't going to win that game anyway. Is there any for the Colts? I can't think of any. I know for the Washington football team, it was twice the Monday Night Football leg break.
Yeah, I guess that doesn't really have a name. I just
made it up.
You just say to somebody, Joe Theismann. Everybody knows exactly what you're talking about.
The leg smasher.
You got Theismann twice. How about Randy? How about the Cardinals? What is there for that, or some sort of a term or a game that's like definitive?
I don't know. We Cardinals have been such a losing organization for so long. I don't know. There was the catch by the Steelers and the run by James Harrison in the Super Bowl. So there's
the meltdown by the Cardinals.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And Cleveland basketball also has the shot that Michael Jordan made over Craig Elo. That too. So that city's just
guys burned. Gather around. We're late for a break, but I just want to mention something real fast, guys.
Okay.
I love that we've gone 1 hour and 42 minutes without mentioning the rapist that retired from National Football League today. I love that.
You know what he did?
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
I'm just glad we didn't even talk about it.
Okay.
I think that's awesome. That's no point. I'm just saying. It's pretty good. It's nice. Everybody else probably broke news on that. Did we talk about it?
No.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back. More of the Daily Blender after this here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Your favorite radio station.
And now you're up to date on the news. Stand by for weather and traffic right after this.
It wakes you up, starts your day, and keeps you informed as well as entertained.
You guys are absolutely the best.
How do you like to work here?
At The Fanatic, we're looking for commissioned sales reps to knock on doors, set up appointments, and extol the benefits of advertising with your favorite radio station. Send your resume to jobs at 1580thefanatic.com.
Can you tell which pills contain the deadly dose of fentanyl? Neither can your child. Counterfeit pills laced with fentanyl are killing Arizona's youth at an alarming rate. They're cheap, easy to get, and just one pill can kill. Get the facts on fentanyl at talknowaz.com. Talk with your children. Monitor their texts and social media. Visit talknowaz.com. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
500 apiece, you get that fine for 502 apiece, 1 minute, not 150.
The best weekly auction is right here in Arizona. It's only a click of the mouse away from great deals on almost everything. Visit liquidateaz.com for weekly auctions on everyday household items, antiques from around the world, sports and non-sports cards, memorabilia and autographs, comic books, comic character collectibles, Native American, pots, jewelry, rugs, and sterling silver. Liquidateaz.com weekly auctions is the place for great deals and works of art, gold and silver, coins and U.S. currency, gold and sterling jewelry, vintage LP vinyl records, vintage electronics, ham radio, RC cars, planes, and boats. Interested in antique clocks, watches, and timepieces, or a wide variety of sports equipment, including hunting, fishing lures, poles, and gear. How about military collectibles, medals, uniforms, or helmets? All at liquidateaz.com. Looking to liquidate an estate? Liquidateaz.com can help with estate sales and consignment services. Liquidateaz.com for information.
If you're worried about your investments, you're not alone. These are challenging times, but it's not time to panic. It's time to act.
Hello, I'm Mo Ansari, founder and president of Compact Asset Management. With over 40 years of experience in the financial markets, I've seen what panic, indecision, and bad advice can do to investments. When markets are up, especially when they're down, it is important to be decisive yet balanced. That's our approach at Compact Asset Management. Call my office today at pound 250 and say, talk to Mo. We will discuss a proactive, balanced approach to your portfolio that can help safeguard your investments and keep you on track with your financial goals. Call pound 250 on your cell phone and say, talk to Mo, and let's create a strategy for your investments today. Again, from your cell phone, call pound 250 and say, talk to Mo.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA, SIPC.
This is Brent Musburger. Don't miss Betting Across America, Saturdays at 11 a.m. right here on Arizona Sports Betting Station, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Well, that's disappointing. I just got a message from my wife wanting to know if I wanted a little In and Out. I was like, hell yeah, I do. Oh, she meant burgers. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, either way, I'm good. 888-368-1580. It's the Daily Blender, and let's get caught up on the text line. Blissel Hayes has a shout out, says kudos to Busy for kicking ass while he filled in for DeAndre Ayton. Yeah, I'll tell you what, James Jones knows his job as the GM of the Suns, and he is the reason that bench is deep, deep, deep. That bench is deep as Nietzsche. That's how deep that bench is. It's a deep bench. So absolutely right. Seeing those guys get 8 in a row, taking care of business the second time in a row against the Utah Mormons. I think, you know what, that's everything's on course.
Jeffrey.
And eventually they're going to start having like a little skid. They'll have a little dip, but don't panic. Yes, sir. Yeah, Randy, go ahead.
Sir, Randy White, 1580, the Fanatic.
Yes, sir.
Meteorologist. It's the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No.
Utah Jazz. Chock full of Mormons.
No, well, that could be true. However, it's the Utah Jazz.
Randy, I went to Mountain View High School in Mesa. I was one of 7 non-Mormons at that school. I think I know Mormons when I see Mormons. And if it's in Utah, it's Mormons.
Well, I'm just trying to help you out, buddy. The team.
Yeah.
It's not the Mormons, it's the Jazz.
Okay, Utah Jazz Mormons. But I mean, we all know.
No, it's not Jazz Mormons, it's just Jazz.
You're telling me that if I get in here and I say, all right, the Utah Mormons playing against the Suns tonight, you don't know who I'm talking about?
It's not the Utah Mormons, it's the Jazz.
Agree to disagree. Blissful Hayes, yes, Busy did a fine job. Good Cat says, howdy, neighbors. Howdy. First Calf Mike says Pete Carroll cheated like a bitch at USC, and then he fled when all the sanctions came down.
Gum chewing, wrinkly bag of bones.
All right. Wow. Fair enough. But my experience with him, though, it was.
So you've met him, have you? Next time you meet
watching
him
on TV.
Right in the head for me. Just punch him right in the throat so I don't have to hear his disgusting voice anymore. Just I don't want to hear him.
Does he really sound like that? I don't think he sounds like that.
I don't think he sounds like that either. I think that there's a filter that Pete Carroll's voice passes through before it reaches Randy's ears because of all the hatred.
Cheating.
Miss Wilbur says, Keon, I apologize for saying your dad was in the front lobby. I won't do that again. Randy, I think your dad's in the front lobby looking for Jeffrey, though.
No.
Roll Tide Kara says, my dad would beat up your dad. Problem is, he's in the box, too. Is he dead or just in a box?
That's where we keep Grandpa, in the backyard of the box.
I got questions. Straight Striper says, Keon, when somebody references your name with Maury Povich, don't ever follow that up with the train never stops for me.
I didn't think about that. Maury Povich has not been relevant in the pop culture for a while. It didn't occur to me. I didn't think about that. I will next time keep those two ideas very separate. Very separate.
Moist One says Jaguars should have been there if it wasn't for those crooked refs calling off a Telvin Smith fumble return off of Brady. Wow, you're a Jaguar fan?
Well, no, but if we're talking about the Jaguars not having been to a Super Bowl, that was a call that happened that was pretty controversial in that game. But unfortunately, no one feels bad for you when Blake Bortles is your quarterback. You started him in a game, in an AFC title game on purpose.
Yeah. Floppy Bumper says Pete Carroll reminds me of a door greeter at Walmart in the middle of Sun City.
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Booger Wolf says the Washington Anglers would be lucky to have Jimmy Garoppolo. Too bad Niners are going to keep him. Maybe Dan Snyder can buy his cheerleaders some more Big Macs instead.
We would be lucky to have Jimmy Garoppolo. No, I don't want him. Do you know how much Jimmy Garoppolo costs? Do you know how much you are paying Jimmy Garoppolo to be Jimmy Garoppolo right now? It's a decent amount of money. You can keep him.
Only decent or an absurd?
It's absurd. I was understating.
I'm just trying to help you out.
They appreciate it.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
I got your 6.
Keon, I'm sorry. Kiss the Cook sent me a picture. Says Reggie. And is that you and Reggie Bush in that photograph? Who is he? Where is this picture being taken? Give me more information on that, Kiss the Cook. Colts fan Dan says Indy Colts beat Bears and lost to Saints. Baltimore Colts lost Super Bowl 3 and won Super Bowl 5. Thank you for that. Rex Terra,
the Cardinals are 0 for Super Bowls.
Yeah. Rex Terra says, I've been meaning to mention Ben, great fourth quarter comeback player there. Admittedly, I also called him Rapesburger, but I hated Vic more as a dog killer. That doesn't make any sense to me. You hate a guy who had dogs fight more than a guy who raped a woman. And also, I got to really rethink that conversation there, buddy.
The guy who fought the dogs went to jail for what he did.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there too.
He did go to jail.
Yeah.
He did serve his sentence.
Yeah, that is an interesting thing, and it's a human thing. I'm not bagging on Rex Terra here because that's the thing. If you're watching a movie and something horrible happens to a person, you're like, oh. But if it happens to a dog, you're like, oh, why? Why would you do that? People get more upset about dogs getting killed. John Wick, 9,000 people got shot by Keanu Reeves. One dog died, and everybody's just like,
That was a cute little beagle dog.
Mm-hmm. So,
and nobody batted an eye. We all bought that as a reason to go berserk. Just completely.
I would.
No, I understand it.
So
what about that movie, The Shooter? What's his name that played the sniper, the old gunny sergeant sniper in Shooter? Did you guys see that movie?
No,
Shooter?
no.
Oh, you got to see Shooter.
Do I got to see Shooter? Because I figured the movie
what's his
out
name?
right away.
Arms in it. What's his
Arms?
name? Yeah, Arms. He's from the
for all the movies I watch with guys with no arms.
Well, no, the guy from the Back City Street Singer guys. They were around in the 80s. Oh damn! What's his name? Help
This
me
is like
out.
the worst
Somebody
game of
help me
charades
out.
I've ever been involved with.
It's hey, Kim. Who is it?
Liam
Shooter?
Neeson?
No, he was short. Wahlberg. Wahlberger.
Mark
what's
Wahlberg.
his name?
Johnny
Mark
Wahlberg. Yeah.
Thank you. It's Mark Wahlberg.
Oh my God.
He plays a guy that was a specialist kind of.
But he has
shooter.
arms.
And yeah, he does. Yeah. And
Okay.
you can get those same arms, by the way. I think his workout routine,
Dude, I
if
got
you
arms.
want it, is I
got guns.
arms. So listen, you got to watch Shooter. But his dog got killed by the rotten film. I'm not going to ruin it for you. But you
already did.
watch Shooter. Watch Shooter. Oh, it's good because in the end, he gets the prize.
Well, you just spoiled it for me, didn't
No,
you?
I'm not. He doesn't die in this, but it's epic. The
Well, now I
Shooter.
know he doesn't die. Stop saying
Shooter.
things.
I'm not saying
Every
anymore.
piece of information is a
It's
spoil.
a great damn movie is all. That's all.
Mark Wahlberg plays a guy named Bob Lee Swagger
There
That's
you
his
go.
actual
That's
name?
it. Oh my
in
God!
the
yes.
movie.
I'm not watching it.
That's it.
I'm not watching it.
Oh,
now.
you gotta watch it.
No.
If you're a man, you'll watch this.
I'm
movie.
totally a man, but this just sounds ridiculous. Rick Terra says, well, I like dogs more than I like most people. It's a good point.
Yeah,
It's a good point, but people should always come before animals. Mr. Pringle says, is Sarver owner of the year? No. James Jones might be GM of the year, but listen, just because the guy at the top is filthy doesn't mean that everybody else isn't doing what they're supposed to. Bruno Baller says, doesn't seem it more fitting for it to be the Utah Lakers and then have it be the LA Jazz? Well, it would be better to have the New Orleans Jazz.
Yeah. But that team moved to Utah.
Utah
Right.
Lakers and then the LA Pelicans. Just because I don't like LA.
Well, and
New
it still
Orleans
wouldn't
got
fit.
it wrong. New Orleans got it wrong with the whole Pelicans thing. Yeah, I've been to New Orleans a handful of times. You should have named it something to do with the Mardi Gras. Not the Pelicans. Come on, man.
It'd be the
That's
New
why
Orleans
team-
stanky, sticky streets.
Could be. That could be.
Stanky
Yeah.
stickies.
Well, it's accurate.
Yeah, the New Orleans beignets and chicory coffee. Hey, there we go. See?
But do you want your mascot to be something that people consume, though? Is that intimidating?
Yeah, you're probably right. It's a bad idea.
Call them the Saints. Oh,
Football team's named the Saints, Jeffco.
well, it's easy to criticize.
Yeah.
Good Cat says, how about the Utah Jazz Hands? No, that would be if it was San
No.
Francisco.
Yeah.
Fish Tank says, fellas, I'm building a bar in my garage now that I did the epoxy floors, calling it the
Nice.
Engagement Fell Through Pub.
Oh boy.
It's got a ring to it, right?
Yes. I feel bad for you.
Dude, we are so sorry that
Sorry.
that it didn't work out for you.
Yeah.
But probably want to work on a better name than that.
Something that will still that'll be a little bit more optimistic. More positive.
Well, the Answers to No One bar.
My bar.
The Do What I Want pub.
The man bar.
Put a little more positive spin on that.
I'm positive I miss your bar. No.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was going to happen.
I might never see another naked lady bar and grill.
Oh, jeez.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Why? Should call it the Love Shack, but then put a circle and a line through love.
Oh no.
Oh, boy. By the way, I just want everybody to know it's official. I am in the market for an early model low mileage dog. A border collie is the direction I think I'm starting to go with this. It's time for me to get a new puppy. And the wife wants an English pointer. You know,
Who
right? That's just rude. The dog pointing all the time.
It's not pointing at you.
Just saying.
Showing
But,
you the way to the kill.
But I'm ready. I am ready for a new puppy. The reason I said that is everybody starts misspelling pup, and that made me go, doggy. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
AZ Preps 365 is your headquarters for all things high school sports in Arizona. Brett Quintine, James Mello, and Jose Garcia keep you up to speed with all the action, highlights, interviews, and insider information for the prep sports scene. You need to tune in to AZ Preps 365 every Saturday morning from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on your new home for sports, 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. And always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
I represent low-cost airlines, and we know a lot of you are not traveling right now, and we understand. However, if you do need to travel between now and the end of the year, now is a great time to lock in some of the lowest prices we've seen in a lifetime. Hey, in normal times, we can save you up to 75%, but now airlines are practically giving away seats. We have inside deals on over 500 airlines. Here are a few sample round-trip deals we found. Seattle to Vegas, $35. Chicago to Atlanta, $85. Los Angeles to Atlanta, $100. Of course, there are some limitations, but the airlines want your business right now. And cancellation and change fees are flexible. So fly somewhere this year, book now, save a ton, call right now.
802-341-4535. 802-341-4535. 802-341-4535. That's 802-341-4535.
Your home has gone way up in value, but have you taken advantage of it? This is Rob Canier with a phenomenal opportunity to tap into some of your home equity, earning tax-free income and eliminating your mortgage payment while staying in your home as long as you want. With home prices leveling off, don't wait to learn more about the new reverse mortgage. This is a safe and proven money-saving and tax-free income opportunity for homeowners age 62 and older. Call me, Reverse Rob, and learn more today at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit nationalguard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Contractors, are you missing out on jobs due to lack of bonding? When your current bonding holds you back, call Arizona's #1 bond managers at Constructors Bonding. They have the market relationships and expertise to take you where you want to go. Serving all types of contractors of any size, licensed in all states. When you need better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding, 602-432-5929, or visit CBIalliance.com.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are in the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live from the Hardman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Can we just not Can we just not have these dumb videos where, like, there's a video camera on the GM as he gets out of his car, walks through the snow into the facility on day one? Can we just not do that? I mean, why? Why is this happening? The Giants and the Bears, I guess they decided that was the way that they would announce things. Ryan Poles is going to head on over to Lake Michigan, and Joe Schoen is going over for the Bears, and I'm sorry, to the Giants. But that was their whole announcement. I guess it's on the Twitterverses or whatever. You see a car stop, guy gets out, walks in, and that's how they. It's kind of weird. Who does that? Why does that get you all excited? Like, oh, here's the new GM. Just seriously, I don't understand why they do these things.
I don't get it either.
Have you seen what I'm talking about?
Right, like where the video where the guy gets off the plane or whatever it is.
No, not even that. He just pulls into the parking lot at the team facility, gets out of the car, walks on in to work. That's their hype video when they hire a new GM.
Well, there's not much to really hype with a general manager, because as important as a general manager is to a football team, that guy's doing paperwork. That's his job. It's hard to make that look exciting.
Lost Toby says, yes. Lost Toby's sending me pictures. He created the gauntlet from the Avengers, the Thanos gauntlet out of Legos. He says, I spent my work day building this. Somebody's boss does not come by their cubicle very often. It is impressive. And he goes, and look, it's flexible too. And he's giving me the bird with it. That is pretty cool.
Nice.
I'm not going to lie.
Very
that is
impressive.
Pretty cool, Lost Toby. Just a Tip says, hopefully DeAndre Ayton can learn some toughness from Busy. The dude's a beast out there. And it's also got to be a thing when you see another guy doing your job pretty good. It's a little bit inspirational for you to step up your game some.
In a contract year, no less.
Big Kev says, I got breaking news. The Rams' attempt to have a home field advantage may have backfired. 48% of ticket sales are coming from Northern California fans. More than double the percentage of the Week 18 meeting. Rams' effort may have actually inspired the Niner Empire to show out even bigger force this Sunday. Well, yeah. I mean, that is an issue. And I know that old Jimmy G went out there and was saying, hey, let's get some noise in there from our 49er fan base. So they've called them out. But I don't understand how, oh, that's right. Because they said at first, no, you can't. And then they said, now you can. So it doesn't matter what your zip code is. So yeah, they've opened up the doors. So 48% of sales.
How about that? You know who's going to be angry about that? Matt Stafford's wife. She's going to be pissed.
Yeah, she came out and was saying, come on now, people. Can we just let me give a little message.
Was that actual audio?
Let me give a message to the player wives in the NFL. Hey, shut the hell up. That's it.
What? She's supporting her husband.
Brittany Mahomes. Shut the hell up.
Hers is not a shut the hell up so much as
go away.
Just don't go to the games. Just watch at home.
I tell you what, between Patrick Mahomes' dumbass brother and his annoying wife, how does he operate at such a high level with that amount of annoying around him?
I don't know what was said, so I can't comment on it.
Okay, well, first things first, we all know the history of the annoying wife and brother. Okay.
The annoying brother, yes.
He's got both.
Yeah, the brother, bars in Kansas City hate him. His own brother is annoyed by him. Patrick Mahomes is annoyed by his own dumb brother. And of course, he did that TikTok dance on Sean Taylor's number on the field when they were paying tribute to him. And he's one of the more annoying human beings. There's also these videos of like Patrick Mahomes is sitting there at a table, just kind of eating some Mexican food. And his wife and his brother are like doing TikTok dances and stuff. And he's just sitting there going, God, kill me. Just kill me. And it's like, I just want to eat my food. Just leave me alone.
The look on his face is I've never seen a person want to be somewhere else more than Patrick in that moment.
And see, the thing is, she is equally annoying. I think it's got to be a thing. It's like, I'm not even worried about it. Just take her. Just take her. I'm not, don't even, it's not even be cheating. You can have her. You guys are perfect for each other. The brother and the wife are both equally annoying. So now here she is at the game over the weekend, and there's video of her spraying champagne on Chiefs fans. And when she does, I'm like, yay! Some people are like, what the hell? Like what's going on? Look, is this FedEx Field all of a sudden? And it's like, so you don't spray champagne on a crowd of people if not everybody's expecting it.
She's up in the box with the bottle of champagne, just spraying it on all the fans below. And look, everyone's happy that they won. But the whole point of spraying champagne in a locker room is that everyone's spraying champagne.
Right. They're ready for it. They put on goggles. They put plastic on things so you don't ruin clothing.
You got families down there. You've got small children being covered in champagne. Come on, man. Like, cut it out.
So here she goes, just spraying the entire crowd. Some enjoyed it. Many did not. And of course, so then she's like, well, it's not fair. Everybody's saying I'm being attacked. I'm being attacked. She says, I'm a winner. Haters are losers. So I'm tired of the haters. Oh, God.
This is the problem. First off, most people who say they have haters don't have it. You just don't. I'm sorry. There are not enough people who matter that hate you for you to say that. Also, and more to the point, your husband is a winner. You haven't won anything outside of marrying him, which isn't enough for you to do or say any of the things you're doing or saying.
Do you remember watching the game and hearing that whole thing about it being freezing temperatures? Yeah, maybe I don't need a bunch of damn champagne sprayed all over me when it's 0 degrees out, Brittany. Maybe that's going to be aggravating for some people. And she says, I just wish I could do what I want without getting attacked every week.
Well, you live in a society, so you can't. You do stupid stuff, and people will tell you you've done stupid stuff. And she's been really publicly dumb. Like, what are people supposed to say about her? That it's so sweet that some guy brought his 10-year-old son to the game and has to explain what champagne is and why it's on his head.
Isn't that wonderful?
Wow. What is she expecting?
He needs a babysitter for his wife and his brother. That's what needs to happen.
I don't think anyone is aware of this more than him.
Wow. So, and he plays at such a high, and maybe that's why this season was a little bit lumpy for him, because he's dealing with that mess. Finally got into his own headspace. It's okay. I can't even think about these idiots anymore. They're on their own. Going to do what I'm going to do. And sure enough, by the way, I don't know if you know this or not, but the other night, both Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen broke Bart Starr's 54-year-old playoff passer rating record. Mahomes is now first in NFL history in the playoffs with a passer rating of 107.2. Josh Allen on the other side, he rolled up a 106.6. Bart Starr's record, 104.8. So that just shows you the elevation of game. Also, the nature of the way that game was going, too.
Yeah.
But, it was pretty amazing what Bart Starr did. But I bet he didn't have some idiot woman and some idiot brother out there spraying things on people and pissing people off and dancing on things. And, oh, my God. So, anyway, so props to Patrick Mahomes for getting it done through all of that just nonsense. So much nonsense.
Wow.
And the entire internet has turned against them, which is the best development here is that everyone's rooting for the Bengals because of them.
That's just rightfully so. I mean, I don't know about the rooting for the Bengals just because of that, but having the internet be against them, they're being on the wrong side of every moment. And that means if you have one little slip up, people are usually like, okay. But it's just like a constant thing where you're like, you are annoying. You're annoying people, Brittany and dumbass brother. You're annoying people. Did they get married yet, by the way?
Oh, yeah, they're married.
They're married. She didn't change her last name to Mahomes, though.
No, she's still Brittany Matthews.
Because, wow, we would not want anybody to confuse her for someone else,
Well,
like the Matthews name. Listen, Matthews name carries some weight. Niner Napolis says Jimmy is actually not as high on top paid quarterbacks as you might think. That said, not going to lie, yell for Trey Lance every time we're in the red zone. I'm ready for the kid, but we're enjoying the ride. Well, yeah, that is something that's been very funny to watch on this. Here you are, Jimmy Garoppolo is your quarterback. You're this close to a Super Bowl, but anytime you talk to a 49er fan, they're like, get the hell rid of Jimmy G. Give me Trey Lance. When you say that after defending Jimmy GQ as a starter, do you see where we're a little bit confused by you people? Choro says, hey, did you like my son's cover last night? Yes. Don't remember. Cardinal Art says the movie's called Shooter. Say My Brother, Patio P.
We were talking about the Mark Wahlberg movie earlier.
Well, who should just say My Brother, Patio P?
I don't know.
Floppy Bumper says, well, the brown pelican is the state bird of Louisiana. Randy, hence the name. And those things are bloody mean, by the way.
They're intimidating.
Well, I mean, come on, though. Couldn't they come up with, I don't know, hurricane wind or, I don't know, black plague or it's something else. They pelicans doesn't even sound like, ooh, that's scary.
The Black Plague was a big deal in Louisiana?
No, I don't remember.
I don't think that's a good name for a team at all, Randy.
I was just riffing here.
A stream of consciousness.
Yeah, just stream of consciousness.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be playing the Spanish flu in the finals next week. So
see, there you go. Now you see what I mean? The Spanish flu.
Let's see. Senior
who
Reagan
wants to play the Spanish flu?
Well, we're not doing a great job of playing COVID, so nobody, I don't think.
No, there you go. COVID-19.
Ukla Mock says, how about the New Orleans booby beads? There you go. There you go. Why not?
No.
Mr. Wilbur says, did I hear correctly that we're doing the next remote in New Orleans for Mardi Gras? Yes. Meet us there. We'll be right there. Big Stanky says, guys, the number one cause of divorce, is marriage.
Guys.
Boomer Sooner says, you should call the new pup Blender Nation. Everyone's welcome. I don't think I'd call a dog Blender Nation. It's a singular dog, so I don't know. I hadn't even thought about names. Here's the thing. I don't name a dog till I've met him. I don't try to start picking out names ahead of time because the dogs are all unique in their own way.
Oh, yeah.
I once took 6 months to name a dog. And that was the best dog I ever had. So I want to make sure if I'm going to give you a name, it's going to be as cool as you are.
Should be Noodles.
Noodles? That sounds like a poodle name.
No,
Noodles the poodles.
Noodles. Yeah, come on, Noodles.
No. Straight Striper says, name your garage bar the train stop. Keep your head up and keep moving forward. Fourth Dimension Buddy. Yeah, Fish Tank trying to name his new little bar right there. He says, New Orleans Flash. We could pretend we're saying it because they're fast for the kids, but the adults would get it. Yeah, I'll get it. The Flash.
Yeah,
right.
The Flash, yeah.
So the kids would think, oh, they're just trying to be fast like the Flash.
Yeah, the Flash.
Fish Tank, that's genius. I'll tell you what. Losing your fiance has really done a lot for your texting game. Too soon?
Too soon. I would definitely say too soon. Jesus.
Wow.
Well, it's not a lie. Puts the lotion in the basket, says, call it the bitch be gone bar.
That is somehow not at all positive, but
all right, fine.
Well, it's not positive, but just put it all in one word. The bitch be gone.
And Kiss the Cook came back and says, how about the She Ran bar? And by the way, yes, that is at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. He says, can you believe he survived 2 years of being stuck in a black hole? He dated Kim Kardashian there. She could suck the life out of a golf ball there. Wow, Kiss the Cook. That's an amazing picture and a hell of a description. Thanks for that. Cowboy Sparky says, just got back from company travels. So what's this about Brian Billick over at ASU? He's a offensive consultant, I think is what they said it was. He says it sounds like he's the assistant to the assistant manager or something like that. It's just a recruiting thing, I think. Having him around, they all have a big powwow and talk about things. But or they're about to make some changes and he'll be an OC.
That's something like that, or the player development aspect at ASU has been severely lacking. Maybe you bring him in to try and add that level of, okay, here we're going to add to the football IQ of our football players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it eventually could become something. It was the same thing with Marvin Lewis. Hitting the Nut says, I read on The Onion that the Steelers are going to honor Ben Rapesberger with a commemorative statue in the women's restroom. And it's on The Onion, so you know it's true. Thank you. Thank you for all the middle finger emojis, too, by the way, Hitting the Nuts. Thank you for that. Blissful Bay Hayes says, what was that about our box? What? Poke Your Mom says, hey, guys, almost Friday. Hope you're all doing good. Doing okay. By the way, that noise is not me farting. That my wife was just doing something with the printer in here and it's going crazy. Whatever you're hearing, interesting. That was the printer. Honey, the printer's gone crazy. They think I'm farting. Sorry. Watermelon says, geez, Keon, I didn't know you were such a hater.
Of what?
I don't know. That was from 508. What were we talking about 10 minutes ago?
Hell if I know.
Wow.
Aiton's Army says Andrew Wiggins being an all-star starter better make the NBA change the voting system. This feels like a huge troll or something. Oh, did the all-star stuff come out?
Well, I think he's leading. I don't think that they've officially put the all-star stuff out, but fans can still vote and we can keep track of where those votes are going. And while Andrew Wiggins has played incredibly well, he's not an all-star.
Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, I meant the bar, not the pub with my Blender Nation name. Oh, called it the Blender Nation bar. Oh, the pub.
There we go.
The pub. Kaler says, ooh, friendly fire on Fish Tank there. Oh, Fish Tank's fine. He says he's going to put all these names in a hat and do a drawing. That's what he's going to do. All right. So names for Fish Tank's home bar. Now, here's the following information you know. Dolphins fan. He's a musician. And his fiance ran away with the milkman. I don't know the real story, but that's what I'm going with.
Okay.
So those are the ideas.
Milkman.
I just threw that in there. I don't know what happened there.
The 50s call, and they want their milkman back.
I don't know the real story. He never told us. All right, we got to take a break. I got to try to fix the printer for my wife, and we'll be back with more of the Daily Blender after this here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Research shows that people remember radio ads with lots of sound effects. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here are some zany sounds. Saving on home insurance is no laughing matter. Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need. The money you save could change your life. It's time for you to take your insurance choice seriously. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
The Renaissance Festival is back! Huzzah! Weekends now through April 3rd. Great shopping, a giant crafts market, new shows featuring sea fairies, mermaids, and merriments, non-stop feasting, and more. The Renaissance Festival is back. Weekends now through April 3rd. Discount tickets available at Bashas' and Food City or Arizona.renfestinfo.com. Presented by Delta Airlines, Bashas', Food City, Pepsi, Budweiser, and Guinness.
We're on a mission to connect every Arizona service member, veteran, and their families to the support and resources they deserve to make sure that there are no barriers to the benefits and services earned through service to our country. Find out how we can assist you in Arizona. Visit connectveterans.org or call 866-4AZ-VETS right now to learn more. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Coalition for Military Families, the Arizona Department of Veteran Services, and Arizona's Be Connected partners.
There's no doubt that Harman Solar can save you up to 85% on your monthly electric bill. That's a fact. Bruce Jacobs here. But did you know it's possible to get solar for zero down and no payments for 12 months? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harman Solar is a family-owned, women-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harman Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmansolar.com.
This whole wall needs to be shelving too. This is a focal point in our restaurant.
Leilani's new restaurant will have the largest wine cellar in the city. She needs a robust sommelier with notes of procurement manager.
3 sections for France. I mean, this is the biggest.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
College basketball is on the Fanatic. Are you ready for the madness? GCU is charging through the WAC on a collision course for the big dance. Catch their games live on the home of GCU basketball. We catch up with the best the NCAA has to offer. When it comes to college basketball, we are your home for all the action. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic. And always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Wait, was I talking? Am I on? Did I interrupt myself? I think you did, but you are on. Oh, I just assumed I was on. Hi, Randy. Hi. I don't know if we're on or not.
Are we on?
You are on. You're very much on. Which one, me or him? Both of you. You're both on.
So we're both on?
That is correct. Aiton's Army.
I heard Keon say we're both on.
Okay. Is Keon on?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Keon, are you on?
Are you sure
I am
you're
on. Yes. I'm sure I'm on.
Okay. That's a fair question. You don't have to get all angry.
I'm not, though.
You don't have to get all snippy.
Yeah. I don't think I'm being that either, but sorry if it was.
It's mind my own business in here. Just trying to do my thing. Aiton's Army says, no, here it is. The 2022 West All-Star starters, Steph Curry, Ja Morant, LeBron James, Nikola Jokic, and Andrew Wiggins right there. It's on the Twitterverse, according to Shams Shania. Shams Shania Twain. So there it is. It's a true story.
Okay, so it's official then. That is, yeah, they've got to change that voting because Andrew Wiggins isn't an all-star. He's been good. He's a good piece for that Warriors team. Come on.
Somebody's stuffing a ballot box. That's what's happening.
Well, you can vote multiple times.
It's like some past hosts we had around here who got on the Phoenix, best radio show award thing.
Yeah.
No, definitely not stuffing ballot boxes. No, definitely not. No. Bruno Baller says, will you guys be making your game picks tomorrow? We already know that Randy's taking the Cardinals, as he should, as he does. But yes, Ralph will join us tomorrow, and we will do our picks there. Fighting Wampa says, I feel sorry for Patrick Mahomes, but we've all seen how Miss Piggy is the last 50 years. So, a good man can put up with an annoying woman. That's a very good point, Wampa. And I don't get it either. Little Kermit does love him some Miss Piggy.
Well, I mean, come on. If you were a green frog, wouldn't you love Miss Piggy?
Colts fan Dan says, am I allowed to call this Brittany person that's married to Mahomes white trash? I don't see why you wouldn't be, but I don't think she's not really white trash. She's just annoying. Maybe she's just a sorority annoying. Yeah, I don't know. White trash might be a stretch, but she's definitely annoying. Big Kev says Patrick Mahomes probably maintains his high level of play, especially in the playoffs, because he knows the playoff elimination means more time with her. So he's motivated. He's got no choice but to be the Grim Reaper against teams.
Wow.
I don't want to go home. Rob Diz says, I have a Chihuahua named Thor of Thunder, and everyone loves him.
That's kind of funny.
Why do you have a Chihuahua?
Thor of Thunder.
I can't do anything with a small dog.
Because I mean, if you call for Thor of Thunder and you're expecting this
Thor
mighty, powerful beast,
I love the irony.
And then the Chihuahua comes out, I would laugh.
No, I like the irony. I just not used to dudes owning Chihuahuas. Kaler says that Fish Tank should call his garage bar the aquarium because he's a Dolphins fan. Yeah. Call it the aquarium, Fish Tank.
Wow, that's typical Kaler right there. That's typical Kaler coming up with something common sense.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Something that makes complete total sense.
Quitter. Big George says, I think Brian Billick is going to be the Dwight Schrute of ASU football, the assistant to the assistant regional manager. Senior Wake and Bake says, hey, name that bar Teeny Weeny Tiki Hut. Teeny Weeny Tiki Hut. That's not bad. Teeny Weeny Tiki Hut. Well, that only works if he's going with the tiki theme. Fish Tank says, I knew we should have never had that goddamn milkman coming to the house. You're like his last customer. He had nothing but time, Fish Tank. What were you thinking?
He's
just short-sighted.
Roaming the streets of the city, waiting for a customer to call.
Even he's like, for real? Mars Bars 805 says, Cantina Fourth Dimension. How about that for a name? Cantina Fourth Dimension.
I like it.
Ukla says, call it Keon and the Flash Anger. No, that's kind of a long name. Just call it Keon's Flash Anger Bar. That's better. I think that's
Keon's
better.
Anger.
Straight Striper says, given the recent events, Fish Tank might need to consider naming the pub Lotion Out the Basket. Too soon? 888-368-1580. Was I supposed to do a thing here, Keon? I think I'm supposed to do a thing here.
I was about to text you actually
All
to
right.
tell you had a thing, but now you.
Well, I mean, I'm excited because I've got it right here. Do you see where it says right there? QBs. I got a thing here. My NFL quarterbacks. Only thing we've been able to talk about so far is Patrick Mahomes' annoying wife and brother, and Ben Rapesberger finally,
we didn't talk about that.
Retiring.
We didn't talk about that. Remember?
Oh, we sort of mentioned it in passing, and that's all it deserves. And then we are talking about bars. What was this?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. So when I need somebody who knows something, when on the DraftKings will the game with Arizona and ASU be available? I'm thinking 2 days out because I saw Thursday games on there like Tuesday. So is it 1 day or 2 days out? If somebody knows that, I'm still learning the ropes here. But I'll tell you what, no better place to learn those ropes than with the DraftKings Sportsbook. I got to tell you, I mean, it's very easy. And listen, I think I've answered my own question, because if you go down the list there and they stop at a certain point, yeah, that kind of is your answer. But listen, very easy to use app, very easy to find the information. And you can also have it up on your computer screen so you can do more research. That's something I really appreciate. Some of these places like, nope, it's app only. Well, no, this is on your computer or on the app. And like I said before, I always did better with fantasy football when I used the computer rather than trying to do that stuff on the phone. So it's nice to have a choice either way. But listen, you got 4 teams left in the NFL playoffs, 4 teams left to bet on with the DraftKings Sportsbook. And right now, listen up, as an official sports betting partner of the NFL, you are counting down to Super Bowl 56. How? With 56-1 odds on any team. Just bet $5. And you'll get $280 back in free bets if your team wins. So you got 2 games to pick from. Pick wisely and get that $280 in free bets right back into your account. And listen, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use promo code BET1580. And you get 56-1 odds right there. Remember, 21 and older only, Arizona residents only. Gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for more details. All right. So can we talk quarterbacks now?
Yes, I think we can. Absolutely. Bet 1580.
Sun Devil Niner says, Jeffrey, still salty over Roethlisberger's tackle in the AFC Championship game years ago, are you? Yeah, I've kind of let that go and forgotten about it. But listen, I knew at that moment, whatever happened on the goal line, that Roethlisberger, if he wants to grab you and throw you down the ground and have his way with you, he's going to do it. And it doesn't matter what anybody thinks. Dog named Boo says, name it Mirkees, because everyone who comes out of there had trouble seeing. Oh my God, I don't get that. Do you get that?
No,
I don't get it either.
Mirkees.
Wow.
Dog named Boo. The hell are you talking about? Because everyone who comes out of there had trouble seeing.
No, I can't. I'm trying. I got nothing.
Yeah. Nothing here.
Big George says, yeah, I was trying to talk to Miss Piggy the other day about why she loves Kermit so much, but she had a hard time speaking because she had a frog in her throat.
Wow.
Hell to the no, no. Hell, no.
Bruno Baller says Fish Tank could call his bar Flippers. Ooh, that's a good one for a Dolphins fan.
true.
Flippers.
Yeah. Then you get like a graphic of like dolphins that are dancing, they're coming out of the water. Then you can play that in this. Get all the dolphin noise.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
With the
Yeah.
garage door open and loud.
Yeah.
And the neighbors will love you.
Hell yes. Hell yes.
Fed Fan says she has a 5-pound Chihuahua mix named Maximus after the gladiator character. All right. I am not
find it funny.
ever getting a Chihuahua.
I don't
Ever.
find it funny. You put these big expectations on these little dogs.
You don't need to. They put them on themselves. Little
that's-
dogs are, kind of like a Maricopa County Sheriff deputy. They're always about 4.5 feet tall, but they got.
Why are you bringing this up? What
they have-
happened?
No, I'm just saying in
It's just-
general.
it's just so specific.
Huh? Did you
It's a
recently
thing.
have an interaction with one?
You can't drive the way I drive and not. Let's just move on. So, why are we still talking about that moment where Sean Hockley threw a flag on Tom Brady for unsportsmanlike conduct?
I don't
Now,
know.
I remember seeing him turn. You could read his mouth. Didn't it look like he was saying the F word? Like, are
Who,
you
Tom
effing
Brady
kidding me?
or Sean Hockley?
No, Tom Brady.
Oh, okay.
Didn't?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
That's what I thought
Yeah,
he said too.
Tom Brady's got a potty mouth.
Are you effing kidding me? And nobody even blinked there. But Tom Brady came out and says, well, I didn't swear. And Bruce Arians says that was totally uncalled for. I don't think any other referee in the league would have thrown that flag.
Oh,
well,
no.
Ed Hockley's kid ain't scared of nothing.
Yeah, well, no one in the league would have thrown that flag on Tom Brady. So, yeah, in that sense, he's correct. But if a referee thought he heard an F-bomb right in his ear, 100% of them throw that flag.
I would be more on Sean Hockley's side if he wasn't so damn wrong. Here's what he's wrong about. He was looking right at it, and there was a helmet hit on Tom Brady, so much so his lip is bleeding. I don't even know if Tom Brady knew his lip was bleeding when he was yelling at Hockley. And Hockley, I get it also. I know Randy has the point of view of an umpire or something because he's done a little bit of that in the past. So he knows what it's like to get berated by idiots and stuff like that. But in this situation, when a guy turns and says, are you kidding me? Where's the flag for this? Look, I just got mugged over here. And, I get it if the hockey league needs to throw a flag because somebody's out of control. But was that really? You look at that video and you see him like chirping at Hockey League as Tom Brady out of control.
No, that was
he wasn't out of control. No,
that's in the same vein of well, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Randy, but that's in the same vein of anybody else complaining to the referees. You're a little bit animated because you're mad because you didn't get a call. In the case of Tom Brady, he was actually injured, not aggressively, but he was injured on that non-call. So he's mad about it a little bit more than usual. But he wasn't out of control. He wasn't in the process of inciting a fight or something like that.
So the only thing I can go back to is because here's what Hockley said. He got in my face in an aggressive manner, used abusive language. As for the hit, we did not think it rose to the level of roughing the passer. B as in B, S as in S. This is what it's about. Brady had been bragging in interviews saying he gets a little bit of leeway with the refs. He even commented on how he gets a little bit of an easy ride with the refs. I think the refs heard about that and they're like, all right, well, now you've said it out loud, easy ride over. And I think that is what happened. So for Tom Brady to say that right before that game, that's on Tom Brady.
It is.
But fair is fair. It was roughing the passer. There should have been a flag. And absolutely, Sean Hockley should have never thrown that flag. After what the Colts went through with the Deflategate, though, I'm all for it.
You don't get in the official's face and yell, especially with abusive language. You just don't do that. Whether they blew a call or not, there is a certain protocol you follow. You can say to the referee, you missed that one, or hey, weren't you watching, or something like. But if you start using abusive language, I was always trained. That's when you start throwing guys out of the game. You cannot tolerate that.
And you can't say before the game, I get a little bit of an easier ride. Tom Brady ought to know better because coaches and players have been using the strategy of complaining about calls to try and get more calls.
Yeah.
So if you say the opposite's going to happen. Calls are going to happen to you that shouldn't happen.
Yeah, Tom Brady is still standing by it saying, no, I did not cuss. Well, okay, whatever. Now, everything that has happened in the last few days, any stories you've read, any words you've heard, people are starting to really lean towards the idea that Tom Brady could be retiring because of some of the comments that he's made about what his future is or is not going to be, the fact that he really has to talk to his family. And so let's look at both sides of this real fast. If he is already like, yeah, I'm coming back, he's already got his contract, right? Isn't he on contract for another year, or does he have to sign a new contract?
I thought he had one more year left, but I'm not 100%. Keon, do you know?
Or was this the second year? I think this was the second year of his contract. So there would need to be another contract.
Yeah, you're right.
So then maybe that is him and Han is just business. You know what I mean? He's just doing business to make sure he gets how much money he wants to get out of the Buccaneers to come back. That is one idea. The other idea is that he really does have to spend a nice chunk of the offseason talking Giselle into another year.
I don't know that he's got to talk her into it.
Oh, no. It's well documented that she wanted him to retire years ago. Tired of seeing him take the abuse. It's like, hey, we've got enough money. Let's just be parents to our kids. Let's not have you get any hurt. Let's just go on with our lives. She wants that whole football thing to end sooner than later. Everybody, knows that. Tom Brady's acknowledged that. Giselle has acknowledged that. But he also says, my wife is my biggest supporter, and it pains her to see me get hit out there. She deserves what she needs from me as a husband, and my kids deserve what they need from me as a dad. And I'm going to spend some time with them, give them what they need, because they've really been giving me what I need the last 6 months to do what I'd love to do. So he's like, I'm just going to spend time with the kids, focus on that. We'll figure out this football thing later.
I'm sorry, Keon, go ahead.
Tom Brady does have one more year left.
So he had a 3-year contract?
No, I believe he came in, signed a 2, and then signed a 1-year extension after the first year.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go back to what he said when he was still in New England before he moved to Tampa Bay. And he point blank answered a question this way. I'd like to keep playing until I'm 45 years old. Now, I don't know what's all mysterious about that. I'd like to keep playing.
He signed a blood oath on that, Randy.
Well, no, I understand, but he was very straightforward about it. He's going to come into camp this year, and I think his birthday is like the first week of camp or something, and he'll be 45. I don't think he's going to play anymore. Now, I will put this caveat on there. I don't think he wants to walk away having his ass kicked like he did. I think he'd rather walk away on more of a winning hand.
You can't really call that an ass kicking when he came this damn close to coming back from behind like he did with Atlanta. That was a great game. And he was still playing like a great quarterback. He knows he's got more in the tank. It's going to be about Giselle. It's going to be about the kids. That's what it's going to be about. Or, like I started this conversation with, it's about the money. And he'll get his if that's what it really is. So, all right. Well, we have to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk a little more quarterbacks. I still will have more quarterbacks to talk about tomorrow because I didn't even get anywhere near through the pile. We also have on this date and big Georgia sports history on the way, too. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brett Musburger's Action Update. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now. Here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
NBA postseason odds. The Warriors are the odds-on favorite to represent the Western Conference in the NBA Finals at +225. The Suns at +300 and the Jazz at +375. In the Eastern Conference, the Nets are the team to beat, +140 odds, followed by the Bucks at +330 and the Heat +600. Only 2 games in the NBA tonight. The Lakers +2 at the 76ers and the Timberwolves +5.5 at the Warriors. In 3 days, we will know who is headed to the Super Bowl. The Chiefs a 7-point favorite to advance to their 3rd straight as they host the Bengals. And in the NFC, the 49ers and Rams, after upset road wins in the divisional round, LA a 3.5-point favorite. For vsin.com, I'm Trey Westerberg on Arizona's sports betting station.
Without education, poverty follows a family one generation after the next. But College Bound AZ provides educational pathway to students starting in the 7th grade and turns dreams into degrees. Your support provides laptops and other things to ignite that journey. To help, Chicago Fest West happens Saturday, March 19th at Mesa Convention Center, and the proceeds benefit College Bound AZ. It's a celebration of Chicago during Cub Spring training through music, food, a classic car show, and more. Get your tickets at ChicagoFestWest.com today.
4 teams remain in the NFL playoffs, and that means only 4 teams left for you to bet on at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Counting down to Super Bowl 56, new customers can get 56-1 odds on any team. Bet just $5 and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. Not a new customer? You can experience the conference championships with same-game parlays. Combine multiple bets from the same game for a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code BET1580 and get 56-1 odds on any NFL team. Bet just $5 and win $280 in free bets if your team wins. That's code BET1580 at DraftKings Sportsbook. 21 and over. Arizona only. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the main event here on 1580 The Fanatic. Coming up on Friday at 1 p.m., it's NFL Championship Friday. I'll get you ready for the games on Sunday with injury updates, news, and of course, predictions and analysis. Head coaches are being named, who's next, and have the Jaguars done Jaguar things again. NBA All-Stars are named and more. So join me, Stephen McCollum, on the main event, Friday, 1 p.m. on 1580, 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
This whole wall needs to be shelving too. This is a focal point in our restaurant.
Leilani's new restaurant will have the largest wine cellar in the city. She needs a robust sommelier with notes of procurement manager.
3 sections for France. I mean, this is the biggest.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
You feel that? It's finally happening. It's starting to get cooler. Is it time to start wearing sweaters? No. It's time to call Harman Solar. See, if you install solar now, you get to enjoy huge savings next summer, up to 85% off your monthly bill. That means with 0 down and no payments for 12 months, you can put that AC at whatever temperature you like year-round. Call Harman Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmansolar.com.
Download our podcast at 1580thefanatic.com. Don't be that guy. Arizona's new exclusive home for live NFL games and Super Bowl 55. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Welcome back to the Daily Blender on this Thursday as we head for the home stretch. Want to remind you, you can get some skin in the game with FanDuel, an official betting partner of the NFL. If you're missing football on Thursdays, you can still turn every Thursday into payday with NBA on TNT on the FanDuel Sportsbook. So it doesn't matter if you win or lose. FanDuel giving you all sorts of options to win in spite of your outcome. If you win or lose, there are offers on there for you to get some money back. You go to the FanDuel Sportsbook on the app store there, and you get it for your Apple device, or go to the Google Play Store and download it for your Android device. It's easy to use. There are so many options for you to choose from. There's odds, boosts, and specials going on every day, and some big super boost each weekend. What you're going to want to do is download the FanDuel Sports app to your phone and start looking at it. And if you're new to FanDuel, sign up with promo code Randy1580, and you can enjoy all sorts of great offers available to you just by signing up with promo code Randy1580 exclusively on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Remember, you've got to be 21 or older and present in Arizona. Bonus issued as a non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max bonus $10. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, please reach out and call for some help at 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text Next Step to 53342.
All right, listen, we have more ideas in now for Fish Tank's bar name. Some more, and I like this one. Fighting Wampa says, Fish Tank, call that bar in your garage the Blowhole. That is perfect for a Dolphins fan.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah.
The Blowhole. Cowboy Sparky says, see, you can't go all Bobby Hurley on refs, is I think what we're learning here with the Tom Brady experience, right? You can't do that. Mr. Wilbur says, so asking the ref, hey ref, were you dropped as a child? So that's not appropriate.
Probably not. No.
Better than swearing at the person.
Usually refs will just ignore that sort of abuse.
Sun Devil Niner says, okay, and in regards to the whole Brady thing, at worst, there should have been an unnecessary roughness penalty versus the Rams. If Brady deserved the foul, it would have been a dead ball foul enforced after the play. Glendale Runner says, Brady could retire and use the same speech Bruce Arians used when he left Phoenix. I realized I needed to spend more time with my family. You know, all those lies that Bruce Arians told.
Oh, boy.
Dog named Boo says, I might call the bar Murky Water. Hard to see. Spell check.
Murky Water.
That's why you're saying is Murkies. No, it's Murkies. Murkies.
Okay.
Mr. Pringle said, I just dropped my last 50 grand on the Niners. So what's that hotline number again? Yeah, it's 1-800-NEXT-STEP, yeah. Mr. Pringle. 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
And these apps will let you cancel. You don't have to go through with it. It's still Thursday. You can maybe take some of it out, maybe
to a point. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Let's fit in some more quarterback stuff before we go to the history thing there. I didn't get a chance to tell you guys that Tom Brady is the GOAT.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You're looking at me like that's not news.
It isn't.
It is. It is, because now it's official according to PFR's Hall of Fame monitor metric. Now we've all known he's the GOAT for quite some time, but as far as the stats go, as far as the information goes, as far as the ranking goes, he has now at this moment surpassed Peyton Manning. According to their Hall of Fame monitor, Tom Brady is now the GOAT with 259.32 points, passing Peyton Manning, who has 258.8 points. Nobody else is even close. Brett Favre, they have him at 179.96 points. Aaron Rodgers just behind him by 5 points. And then after that, Johnny Unitas. So the average tally for Hall of Fame quarterbacks is 100 points, to give you an idea when they put all those metrics together and decide who is the biggest, the baddest, and all that sort of thing. So one of the things that kind of came up was Matthew Stafford. If he wins, and we kind of brushed on this a moment yesterday, if he wins the Super Bowl, does that mean he is now officially a Hall of Fame quarterback, or does he really need more than one Super Bowl?
I think he just needs the one. Winning a Super Bowl is very difficult. So there's that. And then he's got a bunch of numbers that should put him in that conversation. Well, even without the Super Bowl, the numbers put him there. I think the Super Bowl puts him over the top.
At this moment, he has 49,995 career yards. That makes it 12th all time, and way higher than a bunch of guys who have made it to the Hall of Fame. He just needs two more wins to have a postseason, a consideration within the record range of these guys. So what do you say, Randy? Matthew Stafford, he sort of languished in Detroit, showed moments of promise, also showed moments of, ill-advised throws. And he was not blameless all the time for the Lions losses. So do you think he's a Hall of Fame quarterback?
Yeah, I think he's right on the. I think he's right on the doorstep. And if the Rams do win this weekend and they move on and they win the Super Bowl, I think that maybe puts him inside the conversation to be elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Listen, I appreciate everybody paying attention to the fact that he spent many years. I think it's 9 years in Detroit, and Detroit did not make a whole lot of moves to help him out. I mean, yes, they had Barry Sanders for a small time, and they had the I can't think of his name right now. But Megatron was certainly a great addition, but they never put together a team that was worthy of the playoffs. I mean, they had some decent teams together, but this franchise just couldn't win enough to get into the playoff situation. So, he could have asked a long time ago for a trade, and he chose to stay there and kind of work with the Detroit until this year. So,
all right. So, what if he doesn't get a Super Bowl? Is he a Hall of Fame quarterback without a Super Bowl?
Again, I think he's on the doorstep. I think a Super Bowl kind of solidifies it for him, but I don't know if he's going to make the Hall of Fame. But then Fran Tarkington's a Hall of Famer. He never won a Super Bowl.
He has more years left. So let's say he doesn't go to the Super Bowl or win the Super Bowl for the Rams, but he keeps on playing and he ends up with 70,000 yards, say like 5 years from now, and retires. Well, now he's with those 70,000 yards in the same conversation as Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, those guys.
And
I think certainly, yeah.
And if he goes on some postseason runs, just a couple of those, even without a Super Bowl, if you've got postseason success, because honestly, that's the thing that's been killing him this entire time. He's never in the playoffs, and then when he's there, he loses. Well, that's not true anymore. So if he's able to put together some of those runs, even without a Super Bowl, I think he gets in if he has, like you said, the yards.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that he plays a few more years, pads those stats, gets a Super Bowl win this year, then yeah, he should be good. But I'll tell you what, for him, it would be slam dunkaroo if he can win 2 Super Bowls between now and the end of his career.
Oh, certainly.
I mean, and Eli Manning doesn't have anywhere close to the numbers that a guy like Matthew Stafford was putting up, but the 2 Super Bowls puts you over the top.
Beating Tom Brady didn't hurt either, did it?
That'll do it, yeah.
No.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1984, Wayne Gretzky of the Edmonton Oilers scored a goal in the first period of a game against the New Jersey Devils, extending his point-scoring streak to 51 consecutive games, an NHL record. Gretzky, at the apex of his talent, had 61 goals and 92 assists in those 51 remarkable games. Closest player to reach his amazing feat in recent history, former Arizona Coyotes left winger Taylor Hall. That's right.
Wow.
26 consecutive games with the score back in 2018. So there you go. Nice to know something positive for the Coyotes.
Well, and happy birthday to the great one. He turned 61 yesterday.
And yes, Big George, we did see that the Coyotes are in advanced discussions with ASU to use the university's new multi-purpose arena as their temporary home. By the way, is that built yet? They built it yet? The new arena for the ASU?
That's a good question. I don't know.
If it's not finished, maybe make it a little bigger or something. I don't know. I don't have the plans in front of me. So yeah, 5,000 fans. It's going to be. I think it's a mistake. I think they need to go someplace where they can get some more fans in there, especially if they were having 11,000 fans on average before. Why would you shoot yourself in the foot like that? Cardinal Art says if Megatron is a Hall of Famer, why not Stafford? Well, there's also been questions over the years about how good of a quarterback is he really? Now, I was able to see he was a pretty damn good quarterback. I always wished that he would get traded or end up on my Colts, at least the last few years. And I think he's a solid quarterback. I think he's a good guy. I think that, it's a slam dunk if he wins the Super Bowl, but I think it'll be a fair conversation leaning towards him being in, even if he doesn't at the end of his career.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's a guy with multiple near 5,000 yard seasons as a passer. If he wins a Super Bowl, he's going in.
Yeah. Fish Tank really does like the name Blowhole for the bar. Heavy Metal Maniac says, hey, name your bar after Dan Marino. Call it the Marine O's. Get it? Marine, like a marina. Marine O's. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
I think Dan Marino already has a bar with that name.
Yeah, but it's his garage. There's no copyright infringements when it's in your house. Randy's Chuckle says, great Friday show, guys. Have a good weekend. We're not done yet.
It's Thursday.
Yeah, we're not done yet. I mean, yeah. And
a
also,
whole nother day to go here.
What the hell is that all about?
Apparently Thursday is his Friday.
You know, Antonio Brown is thinking about suing the Buccaneers. Right.
Would he like to lose some more money? Is that what his plan is?
Well, evidently he's got himself a lawyer, an ambulance chaser who says defamation, and we can make a whole lot of money off this.
Okay. You know,
a whole
defamation
lot.
is
It's totally disrespect, man. You know, it's mental health. It's an important key to the world to drag people along and play on people's mental health. You know, it's unfair. It's unfortunate because basically he's saying that it's defamation that the Buccaneers have sort of painted the picture that they wanted him to get some help for his mental health issues.
Yeah.
And Antonio Brown's like, no, it was because I was hurt and they wanted me to go in. I didn't want to go in. Antonio Brown forgets that there were cameras and microphones present at the game.
Yeah.
I guarantee you it'll be very simple to see. He was mad. He wasn't getting enough targets. He pouted, didn't want to go in. When they pushed, he said, it's my ankle. Bruce Arians turned around and said, get the F out of here. Nobody on the planet
is one of the hardest things to prove in court. Good luck, Antonio Brown. Good luck.
Yeah.
I hope they do. Shooter McGavin says ASU Arena is not done yet. A pain to deliver to it also, by the way. All right, well, maybe they just make it bigger. There's the idea. All right, guys, have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.